welcome back to the Horror Hell. This is Leo.
Hi.
This is Louis.
Where the fuck am I?
How did you get here?
Who's this?
Hi guys, do you want to introduce me? Or?
I mean, I think you were about to introduce yourself, but this is Maya. Hello. Hello, Maya.
Guys, I've had a mention on this podcast before.
Yes.
You
We
have.
have mentioned, I think, at least twice. I think, if I might be mistaken. We've mentioned Maya before.
Yeah.
I'm real now.
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
part of the canon.
Now, if you're watching this podcast, the special fan base, you probably might know who Maya is already, your good friend Maya. But if you don't know, I don't know how to do it like
I'll show a clip of Al Pacino, and then that's all.
Yeah, show this. This is Maya.
Roll the clip.
You say Jack, you say Jill. Jack, yeah. Jack, yeah. I say, you say hello to my little friend. Say hello. Forget about it. Now.
Whoa, that was sick.
Funny, she's so cool.
Yeah, this is Maya. She's awesome. Maya's a big horror fanatic, I would say. I mean, you think we're horror fanatics? Whoa, you gotta meet Maya, who's a mega horror fanatic. But yeah, Maya is it's our first official guest on this podcast.
We had a voice,
But now you have a body.
but now we have a body.
Everybody, there was someone else. We got to still shout out Mia, I guess.
Yeah,
who was
that's the
the
voice.
voice. But
Of the
now we
quiz.
have our first guest talking about a movie
Yeah, talking about
that we've
movies.
all seen together, and that movie is Terrifier 3. That's right, Terrifier 3 review.
Well, we're not just talking about
Yeah.
Terrifier 3.
yeah.
We're talking about all the Terrifier.
All of them.
All
That's
the
right.
anything that art has been in, probably.
We're not talking about Hallows Eve 2. I know you wanted us to
And
talk
he's-
about
I don't
Hallows
think
Eve
he-
2.
I don't
He's
think
not
he
in
is
that.
in
It's
that
not
I
one.
know,
It's not
but
yet.
that's the
so-
point. We're saying we're not going to do it because
Yeah.
that doesn't have art.
Yeah.
But I know that you wanted us to talk about Hallows Eve 2
And-
and 3.
Let me just preface this by saying we all love Art the Clown.
We love Art the Clown.
We
I
love
love
him.
him.
We love Art the
I
Clown.
love
He's
Shot the Brown.
He's the
we love him. He's cool.
I love refrigerators.
But you're in for a big one. We're doing a ranking and a review for the new Terrifier 3. We're filming this
September 1st, 1989.
September 1st. I mean Monday.
Stop checking your messages.
So I just got a message saying
Yeah,
answer me
no
right
worries.
now. So I'm like, oh crap. But I will respond to that. But basically, so later in the break.
Congratulations.
But we we're reviewing Terrifier 3 in
And
October
one.
the
And two.
October
Yeah.
the 27th, 8th.
what day is it?
28th.
28th.
Halloween.
28th.
3 days.
This is your Halloween special, even though it's definitely not going to come out on Halloween at all.
Challenge, bet.
Oh, challenge!
Halloween challenge starting now.
Whoa.
Even though I have
You
so
got-
much shit I
you
have to
got
do this
Louis
week.
to thank. If
Fuck
this comes
you.
out on Halloween, you got Louis to thank. So thank you, Louis.
And if it
Sebastian.
doesn't come out Halloween, you have Louis to kill.
The-
You gotta kill him.
You,
You gotta-
can we get his IP address and everything up right
Jarvis,
now?
roll the clip.
But yeah, big episode, exciting episode, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, we'll get into our overall feeling soon. But first, you're gonna be bear witness to a live news broadcast. Put your head back up. Put your head back up. We didn't update this.
Where am I?
There's a website that's meant to be
The sponsor first?
the sponsor first. Always
put it here.
We'll do it here.
Yeah, on the screen.
Here's a QR code. Hold
Wow.
up. So it's been a while since we've done one of these.
No, it's not.
Well, no, I mean not as long as
I
it
was
used to
joking.
be.
It has.
It has a few months, but yeah, it's Maya's doing the exact dimensions of the QR code right now.
248.
This is our
248.
sponsor for the week. Please click on the website. It's well worth it. Maya, do you think the websites are well worth it? When you
I
click
think
on
it's
them?
the most worth it it's ever
What if
been.
it's like
Yeah,
terrible?
there you
They're saying
go.
it's the best website.
There you go.
The
That's
best
a-
sponsor.
That's
the
a-
biggest sponsor.
That's an
Is it any better?
unbiased review right
Yeah.
there. But for today, for this week, the website is golly gosh, because I didn't want to swear. Golly gosh, I love the 370.weebly.com. I love the 370 bus.
This episode is brought to you by the 370 that got
370.
Louis here late.
So golly
And he was
gosh,
still before all of us. But-
I mean I love it. I mean our sponsor loves it, and you're gonna see you're gonna see what it is. I can't talk
The
about
Dexter
it.
Blood music is playing in my head right now.
But 370.
Jarvis, roll it.
Hey, if you get on the 370, it takes you to the Ritz. We all love the Ritz.
We love the Ritz.
The Ritz is a great cinema.
Got it on the Ritz since 1937.
You can't beat the Ritz. But yeah, that's that. All right, now horror news. All right, so the first thing. Sorry, Maya. New Trick or Treat graphic novel set to release. That's right, Maya. You can put your head back up.
Whoa.
This is exciting. This is exciting. If you don't know, I am a massive fan of Trick or Treat. Do y'all like Trick or Treat?
I like Trick or Treat.
I mean, it's like, to me, the Halloween movie besides the best movie of all time, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
But
Which one?
to get into Halloween 3 Season of the
Halloween
Witch.
2, directed by Rob Zombie.
Oh, that's the best. No.
I think Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie's coming to
the
the
spirit
window.
of Rob Zombie just.
No. But basically,
floated
I'll
by.
get into it because I'm a really good news journalist. I'm totally reading this off my own private thing that I've made. I've read the other one. This one is called Trick or Treat Witching Hours. Very cool. It is a sequel to the movie in the world Trick or Treat. So it expands it. It's lore accurate, but like it is like canonical because it's written, I'm pretty sure, by the director and creator of Trick or Treat, Michael Dougherty.
Oh, it is Dougherty.
Dougherty, or whatever his name is. It's a sequel, so it's part of it. And basically, we are set. It's in Kickstarter right now. It is.
Just a Kickstarter?
It's in Kickstarter. There's some great stuff.
That thing was so popular. Wow.
I know.
I mean, but when did it come out? Like
2008.
On
7.
DVD. It was meant to be on
2007.
2008. Yeah.
7 or 8.
I suppose 7.
But like.
No, but we don't
9
talk
on
about
DVD.
it because 7, 8, 9.
Shit, yeah, that's true. That is the scariest
That is
part
actually
about
That's the
Halloween.
scariest part of Halloween.
That's true.
No, but like, okay, but I can understand why it needs to be Kickstarter because who is thinking about Trick or Treat nowadays?
I'm
Yeah.
thinking about Trick or
Yeah,
Treat.
but
I
you were like
love
3
Trick or
years old,
Treat.
4 years old when it came out. Like,
Yeah, but it's
who
so
that was
good.
around then
It
that
should have
gave
been.
that success is still
It's
thinking
such
about
a good movie. It's.
I like
I
it.
love
like
it.
Trick
I
or
want to
Treat.
rewatch it again. Well, I guess it's just Sam is an iconic character. You know, that kind of like little kitty boy, that guy over there.
Yeah,
So
this-
anything like more in that world is really cool. It's like mainstream horror, like set on Halloween. I really love that. But basically, the new graphic novel has 4 brand new original stories centered around everyone's favorite mischief maker, Sam. The stories are brought to life by a talented group of creators, writers. So the writer and the creator, so Michael Dougherty, who did Godzilla King of Monsters, which is very cool. Trick or Treat and Days of the
best
Dead. Zach Shields, King of Monsters, Godzilla again, Day of the Dead. Todd Casey, Trick or Treat, Day of the Dead, and Ben Burns, Trick or Treat, and then Trick or Treat the Haunting. Pre-read this shit.
Cool.
Pretty cool. It's a labor of love created by a top-notch team of writers and artists.
Oh, it's pretty
It's
cool.
on Kickstarter. I'm trying to
Sources
find
say
any
it's
story.
pretty cool.
Oh, if also it's tied in with a Krampus graphic novel. So if you support it, there's a Krampus. Sorry,
Krampus.
Krampus, Shadow
I
of
love
Satan.
Krampus.
This one's Krampus.
You put him in the
I
toaster
think
and he
there's
comes out
a
and you put Nutella
Krampus
on it.
If you like Krampus, there's a Krampus story in it as well. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. If you're a Trick or Treat fan, heck yeah. I can't find any information on what the stories are, but anyway, that's fine.
But sources say it's pretty cool.
It's pretty
Sources say
cool.
it's pretty
Kickstarter if you want to support it. I know I will because I love this series. Alrighty, head down. Hey, official trailer for the Creep Tapes has now released. That doesn't work grammatically, but yeah, trailer for the Creep
You can get
Tapes.
up now,
Maya,
Maya.
you can put your head up now. Heck yeah! Has everyone seen the trailer?
No,
I actually haven't seen.
I haven't
You
seen
haven't
it.
seen the
I
trailer?
don't watch trailers.
I swear I talked to one of you about the trailer.
Yeah, you said it came out, and I was like, oh, sick.
No one's seen it?
No.
Damn.
I've seen images and like little like whoops of it.
Okay, well, we all love Creep, right?
We love Creep.
We love
We're big
Creep.
fans.
Big
I'm
Creep
a
We've
big
been wanting
fan
a
of
Creep 3
1
for
and 2
yeah.
and
And with this Creep 3 has been talked about for a long while. We wanted, but now it's a show, which is very exciting.
Has it been cancelled though? Creep 3.
I think it. I don't know. Like I think
Maybe
it was
it
in
just does
production,
well.
maybe, and they just eventually made it into
Yeah.
this.
Maybe if this does.
I mean,
really
I'll
well.
double check. I mean, I'm gonna have
Well,
a-
the first few
yeah.
episodes are at Fantastic Fest.
Oh yeah.
They screened it, and people said that they were like quite good.
I mean, that's what you could hope. I mean, that's great to hear. But it's original team, I think. So I'll go and read it. So it's time to be creepy once again. The preview has shown the series is based on a collection of videotapes in the secret vault of the world's deadliest and most socially uncomfortable serial killer, who hires his victims to film him for a day under false pretenses. And each episode exposes a new victim from one of the fabled creep tapes. So it's gonna debut on November 15th. So pretty soon.
That is way sooner.
That's
we'll
sooner
be
than we
done
think.
uni then.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's going to be on Shudder. So if we all have a Shudder, like I was going to cancel my Shudder description. Conscription. Not conscription.
You gonna war?
Do you want help?
No. Conscription.
Sub.
Hey, I was going to say
Here's
that.
what it is.
Subscription. I was going to I'm not dumb. I have an
So
ATAR.
good.
I'll have you know.
I have an 8.
I have an ATAR. There's not much information on it. It seems to be a prequel. So I don't think it's like a continuation of
Well, I think
2
it's the
and
stuff
3.
that you see in the first one because he takes.
Well, in the second one, he supposedly like unalives, but then you can hear him whistling.
Yeah,
I don't
wasn't
think
that?
he's-
That's.
I don't think he's dead.
I mean,
I guess spoilers.
spoilers
Creep
for that
2.
one. But like, yeah, there's a scene on a train.
Why haven't you
Yeah.
watched Creep 2?
I know it's a good one.
It's fucking
You
awesome.
gotta watch it.
Awesome.
But
It's so good.
isn't that scene on a train or like a bus
Yeah,
or something?
and then
Yeah.
you hear him, and then he's been recording her.
Yeah.
and she's like walking around. and he's
Maybe
just, like-
just another creep.
and that's a prequel to
never know.
Cloverfield.
Wait, what?
No, it's not.
Oh my god! Wait, I was gonna say I love Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Any Cloverfield heads watching this right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Cloverfield.
You're being
Yeah.
represented right here for all you Cloverfield heads.
Love Cloverfield.
What the
love
heck is that noise?
fridge.
Cloverfield
Oh, it's a fridge.
Lane. It's the beer trying to escape. The fridge.
Solo
Drink
wants to be a
me.
solo man.
It's
But yeah,
just
it's
trying to
exciting.
not
I
drink that
can't
beer.
wait to see it. It's
like
gonna be
Art the
great.
Clown.
It's got the
the
same.
beer.
It's got the same actor, obviously.
Michael
Mark
Douglas.
Duplass co-wrote it.
Can you imagine how shit Creep would be if Michael
Michael
Douglas? Fucking-
I like. Michael Douglas.
Michelle Obama. That's what we said.
Oh, what?
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Am I tweaking?
Yeah, no, we
going-
said Michelle.
We said Michelle
Ah!
Obama.
It's like the Mandela effect. Comment if you heard Michelle Obama.
But yeah, Creep tapes coming out. Gonna
What
be
color dress
epic.
did you see?
All right, final one. Heads down, Maya.
Thumbs up.
Predator series set to return to the big screen.
Woohoo!
That's
Yeah.
right.
I mean,
You're a fan of Predators?
comment down below if you're a true predator.
What's your favorite Predator? That's the question of the
Michael
day.
Douglas.
Everyone be really careful what you're doing right now.
Do you love Predators? I haven't even had a
real
drink.
Predator.
No,
I haven't
okay.
even had one beer yet.
So it's set to return. Predator is set to return to the big screen in 2025. Disney has officially dated Predator Badlands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Set in the
Because-
future. Set-
because they delayed Blade because of the production hell that Blade's been.
Right.
Because they've lost like their second director now.
Yeah.
And Mia Goth threatened to walk off, and so did Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
So they've replaced the date for Blade with the date for Predator Badlands.
Wow.
I think it's gonna be. Is it gonna be a sequel to Prey?
It's gonna be. It's set in the same universe, but like a sequel. It's like gonna be set in the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah.
Because that one was set.
The exact
a
details
few,
are under
like,
wrap
decades
at the
and decades
moment. Like
ago.
they're not saying it, but
I haven't seen
it's
Prey.
confirmed that Ellie
neither.
Fanning will star,
Yeah, Ella Fanning.
and in what's called a
Isn't
standalone
Elle
film.
Fanning?
It's meant to be standalone.
Okay.
It's Ella because I forgot.
It's going to be standalone.
It's
So I don't know if
Egg
it's
Helms.
related
His
to
name's Egg
Prey,
Helms.
but it's directed by the same person who directed Prey.
Yeah.
So it's directed
Okay.
by Dan. Oh my God, help me.
Zimmerman.
Trachtenberg.
No, that's not right.
Dan. Directed by Dan.
Dan T.
Chachowski.
Danny T.
Dan TDM.
Dan TDM.
Yo.
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 Feature film
Yo, you know
debut.
what it is? KSI is gonna hate this episode.
But no, that's it. It's under wraps. There's not much about it. But it is going to be coming out then in November 7th,
Instead of
2025.
Blade, so Blade heads.
Sorry, Blade.
Yeah,
I'm really
sorry,
sorry.
Bladeheads.
I can't believe they can't even figure out. It's a movie about a guy killing vampires. But it has
It-
to be
like,
set
it
in
would
this
just-
big universe.
It would
I
just be
know.
cool. It would just be
I know,
cool.
but they
Yeah.
have to make it into like it has to connect. It has to set up the new thing. Why can't Blade? Why can't it just be? I fucking hate Marvel right now. Anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
for another episode of
yeah, horror.
the Marvel Messenger.
What's going on with Marvel? But hey, that's it for
Marvelous
news.
Mrs. News
Now
Show.
it's time for Louis. You do it. Yeah, that's why people are here. I mean, they will still stay for the ranking. My grace is how do we do it?
Can I just say that this foot is really unnerving me, and people watching the podcast are gonna see that I have been staring at this foot like the whole podcast.
I'm gonna mute us.
I really don't like it.
Do you want to get rid
Okay.
of the foot?
I-
How do we? How
Should
do
we
we
get
like
rid of
a
it?
little, just the toes are really.
We just need to
How do we
have you
feel?
throw it.
Do we want to?
Yo, Art the Clown
Art the Clown
time.
time.
Jesus Christ.
That's right.
I
So
don't like.
we are going to be now talking about the series. It's kind of like a retrospective because
Just talk about the whole thing because I feel like we have so much to say about all of them.
Yeah.
Just going through each one and then getting to the third one. This is like we're gonna review the third one, but I feel like it would just be easier to go chronologically.
Yeah.
See how Art became Fart the Man.
We're going to talk about it. And, you know, what could be really interesting about this is while we're talking about it,
Yeah.
our minds may change while we're talking, and then it will impact our final ranking at the end.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a ranking, and you're going to want to be there for that. You're going to be one that. Yes. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Okay. Yep.
How are we going to transition this one, Leo?
Well, are we going to do the different angles?
Yeah, but how are we going to... Usually we go like... Whoa.
We can do that.
You ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Hold our breath.
Oh, I actually nearly just...
Whoa.
That was really bad.
Whoa.
Where did my hat go?
Oh my
What?
God, you lost it in transit.
The water.
You lost it on the 370.
The three. Oh God. Golly gosh.
Whoa,
I love.
what the fuck
Oh my
is
God.
This?
Can I just say something before we start?
Yeah.
There is not a single poster in this franchise that I actually like. I fucking hate all of those dumbass photos of Art just going.
I like to have
It's the same face.
one, but I guess it's
It's
just
too much.
just a line. Oh yeah.
It's too much. I don't.
You don't vibe with it?
And I think this speaks to and I'll get into this more when we speak about the actual movies.
Yeah.
But I want to like it.
Yeah.
I really
Do you
want to
get
like the
general
posters.
thoughts?
Yeah,
Like-
let's. Ooh.
So we're gonna do overall
just-
thoughts. Overall thoughts about because we're gonna go through the whole franchise, gang, team, people at home. We're gonna go through the whole franchise. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go movie by movie by movie.
Yeah.
And then we're going to give a rating to each. So that's right. We're doing 4 reviews essentially in a row.
Whoa.
4. We're going through each. You're going to get an extra rating as well because we have a third person here. And we're going to all be, individual with our ratings. But I think we're going to do what we normally do, which is overall thoughts about each one beforehand. But I think, maybe just do do you want to do an overall franchise thought? Or do you think just overall thoughts of each movie?
Franchise.
And then
Yeah, let's go general.
or do we want to do franchise at the end when we're doing rankings and go, okay, at the end of that, our overall thoughts of this franchise?
I think they'll be able to infer
Okay.
thoughts.
Talk about just like a general what do we think about this whole
So
thing?
non-spoilers,
Yeah.
general.
Non-spoilers for the general.
the general, but
But
then
we
we'll
will
get
go
into the
into-
spoilers.
We'll get into spoilers.
Um,
Do you want to go first?
I
Leo?
think, I don't know if this is for all of us, but I think this is a franchise that, for me at least, and I probably think you guys could probably agree, I want to love it. Yeah, I think it's something we all kind of, we want to love, but it's not there.
Yeah.
It's just not there for me, at least.
Mhm.
It's a franchise that on paper, cool. I want to love a slasher franchise. This is like the slasher franchise at the moment.
Yeah.
Original slasher. But for me, none of them hit. Like none of them do it.
And I think I can appreciate what it's doing, and removing the fact that I just don't like them.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's good in terms of practical effects, and I'll talk more about Terrifier 3 on what it's done in terms of the money that it's made and the rating system in America and everything, because it has actually made some good strides in that regard. But it just sort of has no substance to me.
Yeah.
Which is really unfortunate. Like I wanna, and you know what? This is a general note as well. I actually kind of like Art the Clown. Like I think he's got some really good moments, especially in Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
He's got some really fun character moments. But ultimately, my favorite slasher character is Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
And so you can sort of get what I like in a even in Freddy's Dead. Even in Freddy's Dead. If I can love him through Freddy's Dead, I can love him through anything. Yeah. But that's a different episode. There's just not much to him. Which is a good thing and a bad thing.
I think that's a general thing of I appreciate Art the Clown in that he's like the new modern slasher guy. It's just Damien has no idea what the fuck he's doing with Art.
Yeah.
Like on paper, Art is very simple. He kills people and says it's art, I think. But like,
Yeah, I think.
there's no like, but anybody wants to have lore with art, but it's just like everything's so scattered that I'm like, what are we doing with art? Because art is so simple.
Yeah.
And you could have substance, and they try.
I think the thing that's confusing for me about art is, and I don't know if this is it's kind of spoiler territory, so I'll dance around it a little bit, but I think in All Hallows Eve, he sort of had this conception of lore that he wanted for art.
Yeah.
And then we got to Terrifier 1 and he sort of abandoned it.
Yeah.
And then we got to Terrifier 2 and he's like, no, I actually still kind of want to do that.
Yeah.
And it's just too messy because he's got too much and too little.
Yeah.
Like, because I think you just got to commit to one. Like, I think the thing that is so funny about Jason Voorhees is that, like, what the fuck? Like, he's got the most insane lore, like the funniest plot reveal of all time.
Yeah.
Is that in one of the movies, it just wasn't even him.
Yeah.
And then in the next one, oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back. And he's a zombie.
And he's a zombie. Like, it's, you got to commit to making him either like completely nothing, which makes him sort of endearing. Or you got to commit all the way. And I don't think it does either. I think it's, I think, and this is, general. I think the Terrifier franchise and specifically Damien Leone is too scared to commit to anything and make any actual risk and decision. So,
because he wants to make gore / like blood, blah, blah, blah. But he's like realizes like, I have to have characters. Yeah. So he makes characters and puts the minimum amount of effort into it. Yeah. And makes like the characters go through such horrific things. And like, that's how you gain sympathy for people, right? You make them go through terrible things. But actually have to make the characters themselves likable. And that's not like, imagine if you watched like, imagine if Halloween 2018, like character, like Laurie Strode went through so much trauma. In that movie, she's a developed character. Like we see her in that. In this movie and like in this franchise, all the characters are just go through trauma and then it's just like, okay, cool. We had a mandatory scene with character. Let's just watch art for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think, sorry, no, you go.
No. But I keep on thinking about, art. And I think aesthetically he's such a cool killer. He has like so much, like he the way that he's such an interesting killer where he doesn't, like his whole thing is like he kind of doesn't follow any like rule or format. Like if he wants to, I mean, I don't know if this is spoilers, but like if he wants to pull out a gun, he'll pull out a fucking gun. And I think it's like you don't know what you're getting with art, and there's so much potential there. But I also feel like there's such a missed potential as well, where it's like art's a clown. Like he's a clown. He's meant to be a clown. He's not just a regular killer. He's not a guy in a hockey mask. He's a clown. So can we get more clown shit? And I think Damien commits to more of like,
kind of more stuff.
Let's just make a horror. Let's make a really dark, grotesque horror. But like,
and the only clown stuff he does is not laugh and go, ooh.
Yeah, all he does is basically go like that. And it's cool. Like, I mean, but obviously I do think the franchise gets better. Like we do get funnier scenes down the road. But I think it's just like, there's so much creative potential of having a clown as your killer. Like I know, like, I mean, there's stuff for Pennywise, but like that's a whole different thing. But having like a slasher who's a clown, there's just so much potential of like with kills, like how we can make them funny. And I just think he just makes a slasher. He just thinks, oh, this is a scary looking dude. Clowns are scary, not clowns are funny. And I just think there's missed potential on that. But I think other characters are just whatever.
I think that's general.
I think that's enough about that. We'll get more into our gripes there. But we're going to start off with All Hallows Eve.
What started it all?
I think we're not going to spend too long on this one.
Yeah, I don't have much to say. My notes for this movie was minimal.
Line, you go first.
I feel like I have, because I watched this one last. So even though this is the first one, I watched this one last, which is maybe not a good thing at all. Because I watched this actually last night. So, and it was while I was doing other stuff. So I didn't put too much attention. I guess we always start with the positives. So the positives is, I don't have too many, but I will figure it out. Oh, I was really mean with this. Looking at my notes, I was just really mean. I like how I don't know if this is true. I guess there's visual variety of things going on.
Huh?
Yeah, there's a witch. There's witches.
Oh,
there's aliens
in Ninth Circle.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's aliens. That's a variety. There's something going on there.
Wow.
It's an anthology, so that's what you
He
expect.
really stretched himself thin when he could only put an Art the Clown in 2 shorts.
Yeah, he was like, oh, what do I do for
He was
But
like, I have to make an original character.
I get I wasn't nice on this one, so there's not too many.
Don't worry,
positives.
it'll get to me, and I'll.
We'll get to. Yeah, we'll get to.
I guess that's just a bit of a throwaway thing. I don't think there's much we can expand upon that, really.
Just talk about how you feel, my guy.
My guy.
My guy.
I do think we were talking about earlier. I do think art has a kind of a cool aesthetic with those glowing eyes and the kind of
You
like.
stole my positive.
Oh,
It's fine.
do you want to expand on it?
No, it's fine.
Sorry.
It's fine. I didn't even want to do it anyway.
No.
You don't fucking care about me.
Sorry, Mike. Can you expand on that, please?
No. You do your positives. And
No.
then I'll do my positives.
We're not. I think we'll go around and do positives.
We'll do positives?
I don't think it's gonna be like I just do my own positives and then you do your positives. So I think
Okay.
my positive was there's attempts at
It being
not
good.
just art. It's failing attempts at not just art, I guess.
Yeah.
But please, expand on that because you feel strong about it.
Yeah. No, I feel really strongly. So strongly. Probably the strongest.
I feel
The strongest.
They say I feel the strongest. I have the biggest feelings.
I saw a cockroach in the road, and I was like, "Wow."
Just a bit of backstory is I didn't know that the Ninth Circle was in All Hallows Eve. I didn't know that All Hallows Eve was a anthology. But I saw the banner on Letterboxd and I thought Art the Clown looked quite cute, so I tried to find it online and I could only watch it in Spanish. So that was my first exposure to the Ninth Circle, and I don't mind the Ninth Circle. I actually I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of the more interesting things that's come out of the franchise.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, it might have to do with the fact that Art the Clown's not a very big part of it.
Yeah, he's kind of just like a little taste,
and he kind of is
supporting
fun
act.
in that little taste. But
Yeah.
Again, it's sort of what you were talking about before. It's the fact that your killer is a clown, and he's kind of cute.
Yeah.
Like, and then you get these shots of his glowing eyes, and it's if we can show a photo of the glowing eyes or something, it's quite like I quite like that aesthetic, and I actually think I would enjoy the Terrifier movies more if he had sort of more of an interesting design, because he's just a clown with a big nose and big cheekbones, and I sort of, because even in the next part of All Hallows Eve we lose that, and I'm just like, well, it's
I think maybe it would have been interesting if like he has like 2 faces,
like 2 forms, like when he's
like
evil,
one clown form, and
Yeah.
then one when he's like looks like Terrifier we know, like
Yeah.
that's when he starts killing,
yeah.
like because kind of like Pennywise the clown, like what? Beep beep.
Yeah.
Is that?
I think that's it for positives.
So All Hallows Eve positives.
I would say the Ninth Circle was probably, I don't know if it's the best. It's probably the best one.
Positives for Ninth Circle for All Hallows Eve.
So
Leo, you're next.
Louis really hates All Hallows Eve.
All
You
Hallows
said
Eve
it was
is
now
my
your
least favorite
movie of
my
all
least
time.
favorite movie experience. Okay, I'll give context. I watched Terrifier 1 and then Terrifier 2. And then I was like, I need to watch All Hallows Eve. So I had the other ones in mind. So when I watched this one, I was like, oh, maybe it'll be different. I just kind of just went back and got angry at Damien Leone of like, you're doing the same thing over and over again. You're using the same ideas, and these aren't positives.
Yeah.
Leo, do you want to have any more positives? I'll go on my whole ramble if you have nothing else. We kind of
pulls out
I think if we just bounce off each other,
he
it just might.
pulls out a gun that was random. and
Yeah,
cool.
this is sort of pertaining to my favorite part of the Terrifier franchise.
When he pulls out a gun.
Art the Clown with a gun is really funny.
Yeah.
Because we'll get to Terrifier 1 as well, but I think it's so funny. This franchise that's sort of renowned for how long
Creative.
and slow the kills are.
Mhm.
I just think a gun is the funniest thing you can do in that
Yeah.
situation.
And sometimes it doesn't even make sense.
It's
Of
like,
why. Just like,
It's almost like a
well,
oh, cool.
mercy kill if you get shot by a gun. It's like you're lucky.
Well, not for
that-
Terrifier 1 because he runs out of ammo.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
go
Oh
get him.
no.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Spoilers for I mean, if you click on this video,
Well,
yeah,
you
fuck
can.
it.
But
well, no one's watched All Hallows Eve.
But, like, for
and go, I was
example-
waiting to watch Terrifier.
but you know, like in
1."
Terrifier 3, like the luckiest people in that bar was the ones who got.
And I
Shot.
was kind of
Yeah.
mad about that. I was
But
like, you know,
spoilers,
you got this.
we'll get to that. But yeah, I guess when he's got a gun, it's funny.
It's funny. I
funny.
like it.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's just like you don't expect that in a slasher, someone to pull out a gun. And I don't know if it's like necessarily like a clowny thing to do, like Art the
Well,
Clown.
it's a squirt gun
to
and shot
do.
acid.
But it's the random bits are funny, I guess.
But I think that being said, if we don't want to spend too long on this film, then I think we just move on to the negatives because I
Yeah.
think there are
Yeah.
plenty
Yeah.
to go through.
I mean, no, but does it? Any other final positives? Any
No.
other? Is the direction all
No.
right?
No.
Is the cinematography
No.
all right? No. Is the soundtrack okay?
No.
It's okay in the ninth circle.
Oh, then okay, sure, but that was shot in 2008. This one is a
Exactly.
2013, years later.
And that's sort of I'll lead off
Yeah.
the negatives with the problem here. Have you guys seen Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
If I may. They'll tell you the problem. Sorry.
You never thought if you should.
It's not a movie. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
sort of it's two short films.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying anything that anyone doesn't know already, but it's just sort of my biggest problem that it's not a film. It's
Just
it's sort of just like he had these two short films
yeah.
and he's like, oh well, I could have a feature if I put these two shorts in a
Yeah.
film. It's really about 15 minutes of footage outside of those two short films, and then the third one that was made, and the third one is fucking awful.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it's the second one technically with the alien. I think the alien is stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
kind of
I
funny.
think
It's like
it is so funny because
And
it's
then
so like
you-
high school film,
And then he goes
Yeah.
through a box, and I'm like, what are we doing?
It's crazy to think that this was made on. Did you say $500,000?
Yeah, so that's so I looked into this a little bit, and it's estimated $500,000.
I don't see the budget. I don't see.
I mean,
the
I don't
budget
see it
there.
either. Because then Terrifier 1 was on 35,000 because I imagine he was not able to secure
Yeah.
funding after
Yeah.
the shit show that All Hallows Eve is.
Yeah.
I mean, and yeah, you because I have other negatives.
I don't know. I guess if this is our first time seeing art, I guess art looks cool. Like if this is technically a positive.
See, but I don't even I like his first ninth circle
yeah.
cuter face.
I guess we
then-
already said that.
Yeah,
We already spoke
yeah.
about that. Yeah.
So
Yeah. There's no problem. Yeah. You go.
oh,
Attack
yeah.
it. Burn it.
Oh, I hate the third short film. It's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful.
It's terribly misogynistic.
Yeah.
It's
It's just, yeah.
and
it's gross.
it sort of speaks to the problem with all of the
I
Terrifier
agree.
movies.
Yeah.
Because if you had any doubt, then just watch that one and you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
what the fuck
And
is
it's like, oh, so that's what Art the Clown is laughing at.
that's what
the
he's
whole time.
laughing at. And
is
and
that.
it's a very bad way to sort of be like, hey, here's my passion project, my clown that
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
love for 16 years.
But he's a
misogyny.
Bad guy. But he's a bad guy. So he's a bad.
It's
So he's
weird.
and he's from hell. So he's allowed to. It's not about me. It's about Art the Clown.
It's weird because I saw this guy talk about movies that he likes. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. It wasn't a Letterboxd then. I don't think that would happen. But like there was somebody was interviewing him and he said like his favorite movies were like Jurassic Park's one of them. I was like,
And if I may,
why are these like something about like
Yeah.
really like regular kind of like 80s movies? I'm like,
Yeah.
cool. But based off these movies, it seems like your favorite movie is
Sometimes
Cannibal Holocaust or
you're-
some shit.
Cannibal Holocaust.
Like,
Sometimes-
why-
Yeah. Sometimes you're naive.
Can you let those
to even
movies
your own?
I'm just saying, can those movies influence you to make something
Phobias.
with a heart?
Well, I
Like,
mean,
don't know.
that's a good point because I think all of the Terrifying movies are edited by him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which is, guys, don't edit your own movies.
Cut
Yeah.
your footage, bro.
Let someone else cut them. Because you're gonna love it too much.
Yeah, you're not going to kill your own babies.
You're not gonna kill your own baby. And that's
Terrifying.
Let's just-
Art
let's
the
just
Clown,
Art the
mate.
Clown. No,
yeah.
it's just. I mean, I want to support I don't know if he's independent. Is he an independent filmmaker? I guess.
I think he was.
He is.
Terrifier 2 is technically, it was striked when the strike was happening because it was bought by some kind of company. So I think Terrifier 3 might not be independent. I mean, it might be. I don't know.
But like, I think he's pretty close to independent theater. So, not theater, independent cinema. That I want to support this guy. I want to support
an
independent
that being
horror
said,
filmmaker to do something.
I want to support movies.
But there should be better shit.
That's exactly the problem. We deserve a better modern slasher because I think one of the issues as well is with the sort of discrimination. Is so many slasher villains kill indiscriminately. Like, and there's many cases where that's not true. But like, I don't, especially in today's day and age, I'm not like, you know what? All those slashers are good, but I want one that kills women.
And like in the most like exploitative way I can think of. But it's not me, guys.
It's not me. It's Art the Clown.
And I wrote this because I'll talk about some of my negatives. It's literally I wrote first story, woman runs away from monster. Second story, woman runs away from monster. The third story, woman runs away from monster. They're all different, but they're the exact fucking same story, just a different monster. There is no creativity there except for just like, what if the monster were alien? What if monster was clown? And what if monster was clown? Like
there's just
and it's baffling that he can just create the exact same movie again and then go like, and then make it again for Terrifier.
I think that's why I like The Ninth Circle, because it sort of is a little bit different. Like it's like sort of structured, but then you feel like he's gotten to Terrifier, and then he's I've worked out the I've worked out the formula. I can just do this. And that's my number one problem with the Terrifier franchise, is that it's lazy.
The thing is, like,
but we'll get to it with the other ones.
Lazy people work on it. I think Damien just has lazy ideas.
Like
everyone else who worked on it, literally everyone else in the cast and crew list, I think they're doing their job. I just think they're being led by the wrong captain.
But I mean, I'd like to see how charismatic this guy is. Like, I want to see what his draw is to people. Like, why do they want to support him?
Well, I think it's just like people just like, it's become so popular and so like, it's like, oh, it's the big, like, oh, it's so gory, and it's that kind of like underground, like rah thing, and it's become big. And it's like, well, it doesn't, just because it's become big, we can have good movies too. And I think people, that becomes like, that blindsides people of like, just because like when the movie introduces things that can be good, like if there's like, like some plot point was like, oh, that's a cool idea. That's not because Damien Leone was like, got struck by genius. That's because it was forced into it.
No, that's a good point.
And my other big thing is, I love how one of my notes is, oh wait, they did that here too. Surprise Glock from its cock. Where else would it have hit it from?
Hey, Art with a Gun is funny.
Art with a Gun is very funny. I think I just going through All Hallows Eve again. The first story, I just felt like I was going insane. Going like, oh, I'm just watching the exact same movie again. The first one, woman runs away. Oh, an alien runs around. And the third one, Art the Clown runs around. I'm like, what am I getting from this? And then guess what? The ending, Art the Clown runs around.
He is real life.
Dung, 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 dung.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what am I getting from this? I'm going insane watching this.
Social battery ran out.
Well, I think before you die, let's move on to the next one.
Let's move on to the next one.
So,
Terrifier 1.
Terrifier
1. Terrifier.
Do we want to skip the overall, like, we talk about, like,
let's just
we already did kind of a general.
We'll talk longer on Terrifier 3.
All right. Well, in my opinion, it's a step up, in my opinion. But
I just think it's a step.
It's a step.
I don't even think it's up or down. I just think it's a step.
Okay. Well, I'll start with some positives. So positive for me. Oh shit! What's happened here?
Positive is
I have a positive.
Good actor, the new actor for.
You start with a positive.
Art the Clown. They finally found an actor who's like, at least if they hate the movie, the guy who's acting him is doing a great job.
Art with a Gun
Art with a gun.
Art with a gun.
Oh, with a gun. It's really funny.
Yeah.
Made me laugh, actually.
It's a great
Oh,
gag.
but
it's a great
I
gag.
fucking hate that scene though.
Oh, terrible.
Terrible
It's
scene.
but he's got a
The
gun.
one is
It's
when
quite funny.
when he's standing over her.
Yeah.
No.
And
before
we
that.
shoot her like.
No, before
so
that.
Which one?
It's a negative. Can I talk about it?
Yes,
Ooh,
yes,
do we wanna
yes.
wait?
Is this the? I think I know.
Is it the
It's
saw
the
one?
dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. This woman breaks out of her chains, or
Yeah.
duct tape, runs out, gets a thing, stabs him, and then has a wooden pipe, and then steps back and goes, get up, you coward, get up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking hit him. He's
Yeah.
getting up, he's stumbling up. And she's like, do you know what's a great idea for me to do right now? Is to yell at him.
Yeah.
I don't know what other things he has, other contraptions he has.
Hopefully not a gun.
Hopefully not a gun. And her bright idea is to have this massive thing and to have this like boasting contest of like, look, I'm up, fuck you. Your friend just got murdered.
Yeah.
Bit insensitive.
And your fucking idea is to just shout at the man and then hit him and not hit him more. Like, what those freaks, Scoob? Anyway,
yeah,
positives.
so true. Positives. I thought there was one scene. I really enjoyed the scene.
There was a scene in this
The
movie?
scene where I don't know. Should I do
Well,
more?
I guess we should say spoilers from
Spoilers.
here on out.
So,
for the
yeah.
whole
I'll put a
Oh yeah,
spoiler.
spoilers
Terrifier
for the
franchise.
not the I guess at this moment that is scene. There's little moments, there's little scenes that I find nice and wholesome. I like the scene where she's going to the this is gonna sound really weird. Where she's like gone to the place with the rats and she's about to go to the toilet.
Rats.
And there's like the plumber dude.
Yeah.
And they just have a wholesome conversation. They just make little quips and jokes. And I was like, this seemed like they're real people, I guess, to a degree. To the extent of Terrifier can go.
Sure, yeah.
That scene was nice.
The
Painting
plumber
or
guy.
plumber dude, whatever the dude is.
He was
survived towards the end.
Yeah.
He wasn't
Until
a
he
plumber.
didn't.
He was an exterminator.
Yeah. Thought he was a
Yeah.
cool guy. And I think he was a nice dude. And he wasn't
finally,
a
a
misogynist
man.
asshole.
Ugh.
Also,
I guess.
he was a bit of an idiot.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Do you want to continue with the positive? I can do another positive.
I've literally no
I-
major positive.
There's some little humor. There's some humor that I like,
Yeah.
but that's on the gun stuff and whatever.
I like art on the tricycle.
Yeah,
That's
I
fun.
like
I
the
like art on
cool.
the
I like the
tricycle.
cool head pumpkin in the
Yeah,
pizza
sure.
place.
I
That,
like the cool head pumpkin.
that
I
predated
do
Halloween
like it.
2018.
I liked when he
So-
cut the guy's arm off, and that looked really fake and cheesy. And it's like, that was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some like this has got some like decently inventive kill
Mm.
like that. Like, you gotta give him props. To
I liked
that.
when it was implied art just jizzed all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, if this was made on $35,000, I guess I know the gore isn't
I think
great.
I'd give this one
but
the
it's
most
decent
leeway.
for the budget.
I give this one the most leeway with cinematography and like filmmaking.
Actually, not really for me.
Not color grading.
I will
that's all.
say-
Color
I will say
grading is
the-
the worst thing I've
yeah.
ever seen in my life.
Mm.
I think we move on to the next.
We're on the edge of negatives, but I just will say I think the gore is
Yeah.
for the
I
budget.
think it's fine.
good.
I think
it's
I
not
think
great, but it's
The best moment is the head pumpkin.
yeah.
And that's the best looking one for sure. Like the soaring scene doesn't look very good. No, it doesn't look as good as I remember it looking. But I guess I saw
remember
it
it was
when I was
alright.
like 14.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched
And-
it when I was like 16.
Yeah.
I think the mangled face,
Yeah.
although it looks very fake, still looked alright.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
with the final girl
Yeah.
Vanessa.
I think I just am so uninterested with this movie that I rated it like 2 stars. You know, I was
I
just like,
gave it 1.
yeah, but I think I was just
1.5
because I was
for
so
me.
uninterested in what was going on. I was like,
Yeah.
wow,
Oh
I
wait,
wasn't
hold up.
offended.
Pause.
What?
We didn't give a rating for All Hallows Eve.
All Hallows Eve.
Louis
Oh.
We're
editing.
going back. Okay.
That gets
Louis
1
editing.
boom.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
All Hallows Eve. Okay. I'm not disappointed. It's a shit show for me. Really, I got
Oh
nothing
yeah,
to-
well I got it.
it's
up
a
on my
poop
thing.
show.
Shit show for me. This is literally like the lowest rating I could give any movie.
Shit show.
Shit show and a
Shit
half,
show.
maybe. I don't know.
No,
like
shit
it's
show.
No,
Absolute
mine's
shit
just a shit show. It
Yeah,
was
shit
bad,
show.
and it didn't
Back
look
to the Future. I hate that movie. I've never seen it.
good. You hate that movie.
I haven't
How
seen
can
it.
you hate Back to the Future?
I've never seen it.
Anyway,
Excuse me.
I was joking.
Back to the Future podcast coming soon.
Back to
Yeah.
Hawk to a future.
Hawk to the future.
We're gonna get a Hawk to the future.
No,
What?
so we're on the negatives now. We're on the
yeah.
negatives. So I think
I
we didn't like the Soarin' scene.
I hate this movie.
There's nothing to it.
I really want to like it, and there's a world in which I do, but every single aspect of it has changed, and it's a different director and a different killer and a different. But I don't mind Art the Clown. Like I like him at times, but there's just nothing about him that grabs me, especially in this movie. I think I am grabbed by him in the later movies when he's got more personality.
Yeah.
And he's got some personality, but this contains the worst color grade of all time. Mm-hmm. It's the first film to ever be. Oh, I didn't say this for. Well, this is the first film franchise to be filmed through the brine of a pickle jar. Which is what because they're just so ugly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And one thing we said when we watched Terrifier 3, is. Well, at least this one was a movie.
This one looked like the opening shot. I was like, oh, it's a movie.
It looks like a movie because I just don't think the other ones look like movies. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Terrifier.
This one looks like a short film that just kept rolling.
I will say also, a few more negatives. I'll just spitfire them out for me. There was a scene where they were like in the car and they were like cutting back to someone, pizza guy dying, and like chopping limbs. And the cutting between was so shit.
Yeah, because
like,
it's all
the sound was so
Leone.
bad.
Like it's terribly edited together.
It's just the sound design was just not good. And I also hated I get it. It's like it's an independent film, but like the person on the radio going like, and there's murders going on. It sounded.
Did you know
so
that there was
shit.
murders going on?
It sounded so shit.
So did you just say that it was like a short film that kept rolling?
Yeah,
that's exactly how I felt because there's a point in which where I feel like this movie should end.
Yeah,
and that's when he kills the girl.
Yeah,
and that's the whole movie. He kills the girl.
The main one, like at the start.
It's like he kills the not
Vanessa's
Victoria. Sister? The sister, and then the other girl shows up and is like, "I'm here," and it's like, well, why are we still going?
It's because the only reason why it's there is to have the trick of like you thought that one was going to be from the beginning.
I will say,
not
like that was kind of cool, I guess. I know it didn't work for me. For me personally, I was like. Oh, I mean, I already knew it wasn't because this was the third one I watched, so like it's not. Yeah. But like I guess there was an attempt being made at something of a cool twist. So yeah,
because nothing.
But like I didn't hate that. I mean, the crazy woman plotline who's like the homeless woman in there with the baby. That was dumb. Didn't need that.
She is not needed. She's just like, what if we had a crazy woman? Because all of them are crazy. And also like her going up, like, because she's crazy throughout the whole movie because she's a homeless woman, and all homeless women are crazy according to Damien Leone. That's a joke. And no, just I don't want him to be like, you go to court.
He's watching right now.
Uni students who are doing a podcast, fuck you and everything you stand for.
I'm setting art to your house, right?
And then she's like,
you get doxed, my God.
Art, get these people's IP addresses.
And then she hears gunshots and she's like, oh, a new tenant must be kind of bad. And then she sees the dead body and then she becomes extremely rational. Like she's like, goes to the guy like, there's a fucking murder. I'm like, I thought you were like crazy. Like I thought you would be like, but like no. And then she's like, oh, there's a murder. And the guy's like, what are you talking about?
She's a
what are you talking
multi-dimensional
about?
character. Okay, she has many.
It kind of sounds like you're saying you hate women right now. You hate women. Did you direct the 2016 feature or 18 feature Terrifier, starring David Howard Thornton?
2016.
2016.
Seems like you hate men.
No shit.
Because I think we're going to talk way more about the other two.
Yeah.
The other two got much more to them.
This one is
and not
which one's is it Shit Show Boss Nor?
Boss Nor get out the door.
I'll give it a
shit show is like 0.
I give it a shit show and a half.
Give it a shit show and a half.
No, I give it a shit show.
I give it a.
I'm on the verge of Boss Nor because I was the least offended by this
substantially
one.
more than All Hallows Eve.
I think because I'd seen most of it before.
There was aspects of this movie that I really liked. There's one shot where like the main girl who looks a little bit like Neve Campbell at the start is running out, and then like Terrifier's like that.
Oh
and,
yeah,
and she's
I
like
like that imagery.
And it's like a zoom in, and he's just like. And then pause
I
on
really
that. I was
like
like,
that.
that's funny.
I
That's
really
the only
like
reason
But
why I'm
see,
giving
the
that
thing
voice
on that is like Louis was saying before, he's got like one idea because it's something he did in All Hallows Eve. Like that's the fucking.
You're
like,
so right.
Look at this shit.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the same. It's always
It's
the same
exact
thing.
same
Like
thing. You
and
know
so,
what?
yes,
It's back down.
agree.
I was about to give it up, and then I was like, yeah, you're so right.
It's a cool
Yeah.
image,
Better
but
be
get
done.
something new. Do something new.
I
Like
just-
it's.
I'm gonna give it a ball snore.
I'm at shit show for this one.
I'm at show and a half.
I brought
Look
him
at
back
that
down.
Look at
diversity of
Wow,
reviews.
we all hate
Now
it
let's get
differently.
We all hate
to
women.
now let's get to the movies. So
Let's get to the ones that actually are feature films.
Terrifier 2.
Two.
I like this one substantially more than the others. This was my first one. How about you all started? Which one? You started on which one was all your first
I
ones?
had seen the like Terrifier 1 and 2
Okay.
like around when
Chronologically.
they'd come out.
Okay, and then you saw.
I saw Terrifier 1 in 2018,
and
then I rewatched it, and then I watched Terrifier 2 for this.
okay, well, Terrifier 2 was my first one.
I watched Terrifier 2 before Terrifier 3.
Because so Terrifier 2 was my first one, so it was my first introduction to art.
To what?
Yeah,
To
art.
fart?
To
No,
Shark?
to art.
To gyat?
Art. We're doing Terrifier, Louis.
Oh.
That's what that is. What you like? So no, Terrifier 2. Okay, should I go?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Positive. I like the main character. I like the main girl,
Sienna.
Sienna.
Yeah.
I think she's.
And I like the brother as well.
Yeah, I like the brother. I like
Yeah.
the kind of like primary cast.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the other ones, but like I think they got a good dynamic, and I also like. Well, I think the mother sometimes is a bit crazy and goes all over the place,
Yeah,
Almost
'cause
like
woman.
almost like Damien Leone doesn't
I
know how to
know,
write
the
complex
woman.
characters.
and the dad's the cool comic book guy.
Yeah,
but
that's
like
mad.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
and
That's cool.
Damien Leone goes like, okay, how do I make this woman complex? Well, let's make her nice, and then the opposite, and no in between.
she's a badass.
Like she's sometimes wee nice, and then sometimes literally the devil, but no in between.
But I will say
that's how you write
I
complex
do like
characters.
these primary characters, and there's moments I like with the mom, but
Yeah.
she's not as good as the other two. But like I think they're a strong little tight knit
Yeah.
unit. I
Yeah.
care about them. It also helps that I know the guy who played the brother. I saw his stuff
He's
on
really
Instagram.
nice. Yeah, he's
so like
really
I
cute.
automatically cared about him.
Him and his girlfriend are really cute.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Little music heads.
Yeah.
But like, I like Sienna. I like, she's kind of your typical sensible,
Yeah.
fine to go
Yeah.
type. But like, she's creative and she kind of has a side to her, like, oh, she likes designing stuff, and that's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So I think she's a character, and she's like
Yeah.
in a world full of non-characters.
Yeah.
She's a nice, nuanced character and someone that I can actually attach to and care for.
Yeah.
So I think that's a step up from definitely the other two.
Yeah.
So I think that's a
Yeah.
really good positive.
I think that's a good way to lead it in because I think the thing that I like more about this movie is that it's going somewhere, and even if I don't really like the direction that it goes in the end, it's
Yeah.
actually going somewhere, and it sort of gives you something to chew on, because the first film has no plot.
No.
Like it's got no plot. It's this guy kills people. At least there's something going on. I'm not sure I know what's going on
Yeah.
fully, but at least there's something for me to think
Yeah.
about. Yeah, I like Sienna. I like the brother. I can't remember the brother's name, but I know his name's Elliot in real life.
I always think of something with a J.
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
I really like Jared Leto in this film.
Yeah.
No, I like this one substantially more. I still have a myriad of problems with it,
Yeah.
but it's a movie,
Yeah.
and it starts a conversation.
I guess
so-
while we're on the characters, I also don't hate the supporting cast. Like they're not.
I hate one of them.
good. I do you hate the?
Is it a woman?
Do you hate,
Thought so.
I don't mind her, but I guess the fact that she did put a drug in her drinks.
If you know me, I believe in the sanctity of people's choice of how they treat their body and mind. I think people's minds.
gross.
I think people's minds are their
No.
own thing to be protected.
No.
I think if someone chooses to abstain from anything that can affect their mind, that's their choice. So don't fucking drug your friend because you think it make them feel a bit better.
But I've done nothing. But you remember when that time you were like smiling? That was me.
You remember that time you were smiling?
No, but yeah, that's true. It's not. Yeah. But
and then
I
she
think-
gets no consequences for it from the other character. She's like, "Oh, you're so
Yeah.
fucking dead." And then after, she's like, "I'm so mad at you," and she's like, "Ah, forget about it."
I know.
Yeah. I guess it's not a good message to have in this film.
At least the one
but-
from Bose is Afraid who drugged Bo at least drank paint.
At least it was a big dick and balls in that movie.
Yo,
Where was the
Bo
big
was
dick and
Bo was
balls
afraid
in-
mention.
Where's the big dick and balls?
Okay. Do you want to get a positive? I'm happy to lead. 'Cause
Yeah,
I think I have
okay.
more positives.
I'll give a positive of, I think, Fart the Gown. I really like how he does more clown stuff, like in the
Yeah.
costume shop, like
That's
playing
what I
with
think.
the eyes,
glasses.
going Hong Kong, and he's like messing with
That's
her.
when I feel like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
become.
Yeah.
He's actually like
yeah.
being a bit of a goof and gaff.
I like when he's also
Because apparently to
it's kind of
Terrify
gaff.
3, he's a demon now. So like, I
Yeah.
love how the demon's like,
Well,
oh, I'm in this, or like at least he's
Well, I
the
guess-
clown with demon powers. I don't fucking know.
I think
This movie does
Yeah,
not.
I mean that sneaks
We'll get
into
to the
the
lore
negative
thing.
territory.
Yeah, the whole lore thing.
Yeah, but he's like,
Yeah.
he's just like, oh, I have this newfound power. I want to do the exact same shit.
I like when he served candy out of someone's head. Even
Yeah.
though I think it's a little bit, but I think that's sticking.
Yeah.
Every time he becomes a clown, that's what I hope for, and that's what I
Yeah.
enjoy. So there's little moments like that
Yeah.
in this film.
I really
oh
think-
yeah, I like that.
I really think Bart Simpson. I think he really does. Bart Gibson.
Bart the shorts. No, I think
Bart the Bound.
on that.
Yeah.
I think I like the kills in this one the most.
They're very.
I think they
inventive.
affected me the most.
I think because
Yeah,
I think
oh.
the point of this franchise, and this is the big selling point that everyone defends, is that it's the kills and the practical effects are epic.
Yeah.
And I think I feel that the most in this one. Like, you all know the one I'm talking about. It's the yeah. And
I think that got me the most when he like ripped her arm open.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Just put it down.
that whole thing. Oh,
that's
was
a
hard
painful
watch.
sequence, but I think
I mean,
it's the best.
practical effects isn't great.
Yeah.
It's
It's
that's a just big plus for this one. Great goal.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Great.
yeah. It's sort of what
Beautiful
I'm getting at
gowns.
because beautiful.
Beautiful gowns.
And yeah, I think it's at its strongest here.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to work with. There's the like the playground sequence with the
There's the one where it's,
like the
it's
hotel
there's
cafe.
the whole
Yeah.
cafe
Clown cafe.
Cafe,
clown
yeah,
cafe
yeah,
scene.
yeah.
That was cool.
I like that.
I think it was really cool. I just think it went on a bit too long.
Yeah, but I
Well,
like
that's
the
another
idea,
negative that-
because like
Everything in this film goes on for way too
yeah,
long.
we'll get
but we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. I mean, we kind of just said it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's way too fucking long. This movie.
Yeah.
Wait,
But
This
I
movie, what if this movie was a musical?
It would be awesome.
That'd be
and
awesome.
if anything was a musical, that'd be
because
awesome.
because Joker.
All I'm saying
failed.
is every clown film sequel that is a musical I have liked so
Yeah.
far. I'm a Joker 2 defender anyway.
I
Really,
Yeah.
I haven't seen
I'm
Joker
a
2 yet.
defender.
But I will say, yeah, that whole
Defender,
I like
Billy
that
Miller.
about. Although I don't think I fully understood the lore in this movie, to be
No.
honest.
Yeah.
I liked the look of the lore, where I liked
Yeah.
that whole kind of not dream world, but the
Yeah.
kind of like dream world, which is the
Yeah.
clown cafe and the kind of imagery of like Sienna being stuck in the water while shit's going on. Like that's cool imagery, and I kind of liked
Yeah.
that, and I thought that was like that's
Yeah.
distinctive. And just I mean, the whole kind of like just the outfit, the aesthetic of that with like this clown thing going on
Yeah.
is just a cool, like that's original and unique.
Yeah. Because he's being
It's
a clown.
not crazy original and unique, but
Yeah.
like
Giving
to
them
me,
volleys, he's being a
that
clown.
shit was a cool blend.
Yeah.
And there's an effort there.
Because you need, I think,
Um,
because I think the gun works so well is because there's a contrast.
Yeah.
Because like he's giving you all candy and he just sets a woman on fire.
Yeah.
Like that's just like the whoa, like that
Whoa.
gives me the shock. If it's just a whole sequence of him slowly killing someone, the shock is kind of gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're sort of just
Yeah.
laying in it.
Kind of just like,
which
oh,
works
cool.
at
Yeah.
times. Like it works for the bedroom.
The bedroom scene, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a point where I'm like, I like when he's like being all like if he like goes to someone like the bedroom scene, he goes to that woman and knocks on the door, give him lollies,
Yeah.
and like that's creepy because he's not being evil. And then when he does the evil, then it's like that woman now like is thinking in her head like, oh shit, what if I just gave him lollies? Like this like person who's like good then turns evil.
Yeah.
But if he's just straight evil like he is in Terrifier 1, it just doesn't work for me.
Yeah. And I think
I think it's refreshing when he goes two new victims, and he kind of shows himself as this kind of goofy little guy.
And I like, and I think continuing the positives, I really like this. There's an effort to make like set pieces in this film.
Yeah.
Like the idea of having like, we're going to end in a carnival, which is like, while not super original, I think is cool.
Yeah.
And I like the like fun house and I like the Terrifier fun house.
Yeah.
And I like that there's an effort to
but
like,
I think the
not just have it be set in a fucking warehouse. Like in
I think the big problem with it is, sorry, I thought of a joke. I think the big problem was that when Pink made the song about this movie, that this used to be a fun house, but now it's filled with evil clowns. Now it's time to start.
Did you not get that reference?
I get it.
But now it's time to start the countdown.
No, yeah.
Sorry,
but
Leo.
I think it's just like
Terrifier 2 based on.
I think there's an effort here to have visuals that are diverse.
Yeah.
While because I think in Terrifier 1 it's just set in that fucking warehouse.
Yeah.
Thin and it's just really boring. And I think that this one is like we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna have a Halloween party. We're gonna have that that clown cafe. We're gonna have the end of the carnival. We're gonna have there be a fucking asylum at the end. We're gonna have different kind of if that's why it feels like a movie because it feels like there's different things going on.
Because you go to A to B.
Yeah.
Like, and one is just A.
And it helps that there's like they go even more with the Halloween aesthetic here because I love Halloween. Anything that has like a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Like there.
And also,
but like,
yeah.
Besides Terrifier 1, but like, there's an effort here to make a visually unique movie. I don't think direction is amazing, but I think it's much better than the other two. And he knows what he's doing, I guess, with this, even though it's not good. But sorry, you go. No. I feel like I'm talking.
It's set in the Karate Kid universe because Ralph Macchio's son is in this movie.
That's so true. Oh my god,
it's canon.
It's canon.
But do you have any more positives before we move on to the negatives?
I think I would like to discuss the negatives.
I think I'd like to go through the negatives. And
I mean,
if you want to go first,
do you want to start off? Yeah.
It's too fucking long.
Yeah, it's too long. 2 hours and 22 minutes. What are you talking about?
Minutes. You just get someone else to edit the film because it's just too long, and it's he likes it too much.
Yeah.
And there's too many bits that he likes too much, and it makes the things that are really effective. Completely not work for me. Like that's the problem with this movie is that it just like I want it to work really badly, but I can't make it work because it's too long. And I mean I guess another negative is it just makes no fucking sense to me. Like it makes so little sense. Because there are some really cool things, but then there's like the little girl, and like I'm like, what is this little girl? Like, what's the point?
At first, I didn't mind her, but then I guess it didn't go anywhere.
It just doesn't really go anywhere.
Like, it's a past victim. I'm like, sick.
Cool. So he killed a child.
I couldn't tell if everyone could see her. Like I could tell it was like the boy could see her. And I think Sienna could see her.
But it was sort of weird who could see her and who couldn't because it's at the start no one else can see it but him.
A big problem with this movie. The vaguity of
the lore.
New word.
A new word just dropped. How vague the lore is because the movie's just like our dad got visions and wrote all this shit down.
And then because I got confused, like why is the dad like?
And I'm like,
was
who
he
is this dad?
important before?
No.
Or was he just like, now he's important?
Who is this dad?
I just think don't go in the direction that makes the Rob Zombie Halloween's bad. You don't need to involve the family. Like you can just say that Art the Clown tried to kill Sienna. It didn't work, and now he's obsessed. Because who has he like not killed before? Like I think that just makes it more interesting. Like and we have the sword, and it's called it's like
it just baffles me how he adds this lore of like, and then has the brother be obsessed with Art the Clown, and then like the family's obsessed, and it's got a dark past where the dad went crazy and killed himself or it was a car accident, and like drew all this Art the Clown stuff. But then like Art himself is just fucking off doing his own thing.
He's completely unrelated.
I wrote this down of like, it's like, we have this plot, and then Art's just fucking around doing other shit. And the movie's like, oh fuck, I have a plot. And then she invites him, and then the little girl invites her to the Terrifier, and then third act. It's like the whole movie is like imagine watching Halloween 2018, and then it's just Laurie. And then just cut to Michael Myers just sitting down, drinking coffee. And
Boy, do I have a movie for you.
Oh yeah.
In the same trilogy.
No, you're so right. it's such a baffling, weird direction to go. And then just like, and then now art cares. And it's like, I could go on, but I feel like I did need to watch the movie again to really pick out the bits and bobs.
Yeah.
But I don't want to talk about this movie for fucking ages.
It
doesn't make sense. And also the kills just interrupt the flow of the movie because this movie is trying to have a plot. But then when we get to the kills, they're so unrelated and don't affect any of the characters at all. No one finds out about them.
Random woman and I'll kill random woman.
Because we don't even know that Terrifier 3 was going to happen. Just taking this one just as a sequel of its own. Imagine that Terrifier 3 hasn't come out yet and we don't know we're going to get answers to this movie. There's nothing. They don't connect at all until the very end.
Even with Terrifier 3, we still don't get a lot of answers.
Yeah, it's just vaguity.
And it's such a good word. Like at least in like Friday the 13th, for example.
Yeah.
Like when you're killing the cast, it's the campers. Like it makes sense, and that's why we're like, we're gonna go here and we're gonna kill someone now. Like it's the same problem that Terrifier 1 has. Just sort of on a bigger and a longer scale because it's just a way bigger movie and to its benefit and also to its demise because it's just too much for a slasher. No slasher should be 2.5 hours.
Because we're given the lore of like,
except we should make a 4-hour-long Nightmare on Elm Street. I think we need that
100%.
No, make it like 18 hours and you have to stay awake.
And I'll watch the whole thing.
If you can't sleep, you have to stay awake.
And like, because like with Terrifier 3, we realized that she is an angel or whatever and got power from an angel. So Art has to kill them to stop her from rising. But Art's just fucking around the whole movie. So it's like Damon Leone was like, I kind of shot myself in the foot with this one.
Yeah. It's like, maybe I shouldn't have had a plot.
And I guess once again, I still, it gets like really violent. And this isn't for all like Terrifier movies, but they get just really violent. And I don't feel like it's smart. I just feel like it's like, it's impressive, some of the effects, but it's just like, besides like a kill there and there, it's just, a lot of the kills I'm just like, that's just so intense. I don't get there's no rhyme or reason. He doesn't have a reason until I think he kind of gets something in Terrifier 3, but like
this was made on a $200,000 budget,
which was crowdfunded.
Which is good on it. I think it actually is pretty good for the price.
Yeah.
I think it's way better for its price than Terrifier 1 is.
The backers saw Terrifier 1, they funded this, they would be happy with what they get.
They would be ecstatic.
They were like, wow, this is better.
Yeah. And I think that's a general note that I want to make. If you like this franchise,
I
think that's so awesome, and I'm so happy you like it.
I never want to tell.
It's interesting.
Our reviews are just discussing how
because
art affects anyone in any different way. But like art, the concept in the medium affects people in different ways. This is just how it affected us, and we're discussing why.
Yeah.
And if it affected you in a positive way, fucking awesome. I never want to take away the fact that someone had a good time.
We want to love this franchise.
This is the new thing.
This is the
new Halloween.
I want to go to 4 and go, I can't wait for 4. Like
I want to go to space.
Love these.
It's a slog.
Because I think there's also hard because we see potential in these. Like these could be something. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Do we want to move on?
Do you want to move on to the big one?
Let's do a rating for this one first.
The rating. I think this one is.
For me, it's
a
book appointment for disappointment and a half for me.
No, I don't think I can get to that.
Because it's so close. For me, like if it's a change to 3 things, it could be.
It's because it's just like, it's almost to hey. It's like, it could be, hey, it's fun. It's just like,
book appointment and disappointment and a half. That's 2.5.
And also I brought up I hated the mother because she, there's a plot of like, she's like taking care of these 2 children and she's like going through so much. But then she just does the most awful and speaks the most heinous language to like her kids. And then the next scene, she's like, you know what? Like, you're such a good, like, and then it was all nice and sweet. And then fucking slaps her kid and then like tears the book. And then like, and then we went to feel bad for her at the end. I'm like, and then she just gets shotgun in the face. Yeah. But I don't know how to feel about that character.
Yeah.
It just like, I just felt nothing when she died. Anyway.
I tell you what I do know what to feel about.
Yeah.
Guns in the Terrifier universe.
Yeah.
So what's your rating again? Sorry, I forgot everyone's. What's your rating?
Book appointment to disappointment.
Book appointment to disappointment.
And then mine's book appointment to disappointment.
Wow.
And a quarter.
And a quarter.
I won't say a half now. You convinced me. It's a quarter.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to the big one then. Discussions of the other ones, I feel like.
Yeah.
But I think
let's just go. Let's just
Terrifier 3. It's the new one.
Terrifier 3.
It's probably still in cinemas.
It might, well, depending on.
While we're talking about this,
I'll
so
get it out
let
on
this
Halloween.
sway your view. Terrifier 3.
I guess if people skip to this,
yeah.
let's talk non-spoilers.
Yeah.
Non-spoilers
for a little
first.
bit.
Yeah. I'll put a time code at the beginning of like
Yeah.
if you just want Terrifier 3.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll say this much: if you like the Terrifier movies, you will really like this
You'll
movie.
like
I
it.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Also, your eyes won't hurt.
your eyes won't hurt because it looks like a
a
movie,
movie.
and it wasn't color graded on the Instagram story option.
This also is kind of funny.
Sepia.
This is kind of funny. This is the first out of the 4 movies to feel like a sequel.
It's
The-
the
but
first
the
out
other
of the 4
ones are
movies to feel
kinda
like a
like-
movie.
Yeah.
That's
It's
crazy.
It is the other ones are kind of just like their own thing,
yeah.
and then this is a
Yeah.
continuation. So if you like Terrifier 2, you like this one. This one, I think it. I don't know. I don't want to get into positive territory. Overall feelings.
Okay, well, I'll say this much. So this was made on $2 million budget.
Yeah.
It's so do you know about like the NC-17 and like the non-rated? Yeah, so this is like the highest rated highest grossing non-rated movie of all time,
Which is so
which
impressive.
is impressive, and it's encouraging advertisers to advertise on non-rated movies,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. I mean, that's a great step in the
it-
direction. It's moving.
Whether you like the films or not, it's a good
You have
thing for the
to
cinema.
acknowledge it's doing a good thing for horror. It's doing it because we need more unfiltered horror.
And this feels like an event. I feel like a little bit. Like even though it's the 3rd movie in the franchise, it feels like you know people are told. I think this is more in the public consciousness than the other ones.
I guess I have a question.
So
Is this a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie? Should it have been released around Christmas or should it have been released around
I don't
Halloween?
know.
I think it just wanted to get the Halloween horror traction.
yeah.
I think if it came out on Christmas, it would have been in contest of like Nosferatu.
I think it wouldn't have done as well.
yeah.
I don't think it would have done.
Do you
as
think
well.
if Nosferatu is not coming out like at Christmas, they would have gone for the Christmas release date?
I
Maybe.
don't. I mean, because I feel like this is the same thing. With the people who Lionsgate with Saw. It's Halloween. Let's release a Saw movie.
Yeah.
People are gonna go in because they want to see a horror movie around Halloween. I think that's the same thing they're doing with this one.
I
That
think-
would have
it's
been
sort of
just
the
as
biggest
successful.
horror movie out right now.
think
I mean,
Damien-
I think-
there's the Substance.
100%.
Oh yeah, the Substance.
100%.
I mean,
And I
that's
think
an awesome movie.
The Substance
Go
should
watch-
be
go
getting the
fucking
treatment that
Go
this
watch
movie-
the
The Substance should be getting the
That
treatment
go.
that this one, and also
Get
Ice
that
Age
goo
is.
in your body.
Get that goo. Get activate.
Yeah. I think
Remember, you are one.
Let's begin.
I think
Sorry.
I think Damien Leone was really just like after Terrifier 2, we sat down and looked at a painting of Art the Clown, started jerking it off and going like, wait, Art the Clown has a bag and he holds it on his back. Kind of like Santa.
I'm sorry, but that was fucking genius.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
Like
with that one.
that's like that's what I was like, hey, that works.
So this is we'll go.
General-
I
We're going
think
in
we're
now?
going to, let's go into positives.
Let's go in.
And this isn't a spoiler, so you can keep watching for a little
Keep
bit until we go
watching.
into spoilers. We will. This is my favorite art content we've ever gotten. He is really fun.
Yeah.
There's so much fun to be had with him.
Yeah.
The Santa stuff is really
Oh,
fun.
that whole scene.
Like
No,
there's
I think
and
his
there's
is-
one scene in particular.
This is best set pieces. Yeah.
It's best set pieces. It's the best looking one by far.
We're going through all the positives.
But the art is really fun to watch in this one, and it actually retroactively made me like the other ones more, just because of his character. There was so much to play with, and this is the best performance we've
I
seen.
agree.
The characters are all at their best, I'd say.
Yeah.
Well, Sienna.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
I
I
do-
don't want to take all the positives.
Jonathan's the kid's name. You said that, right?
Jonathan.
Did you say Jonathan?
I didn't say anything.
Okay, because now it just hit me. I said JJJ.
Why would you
It's
say that?
Jonathan.
Why
Both
would
of you
you
looked
say
at me
that?
and I was
It's
like,
Jonathan.
did I say Jonathan?
No, because I didn't want to take it away from you, but if I just thought of it now, but yeah, it's Jonathan, I think.
Yeah.
I will say though, on the topic of art, this is the first time I audibly laughed when art did
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
I
This
laughed
is the first
out loud.
time where, as a clown killer, the
Jonathan.
moment he fucking
Jonathan.
ran through the window and
Yeah.
and then like went down and pushed the women aside.
Oh, it was so good when he pushed the women. I loved when he
that-
pushed
I-
the women.
Lucky he didn't write pig and whoring on his
God, it would be
No,
so
but
weird if he did that.
yeah,
It's
so-
the first like time I was like, oh, this is
Yeah.
we're having fun here.
Yeah.
This is
'Cause
fun.
Yeah.
it truly feels like
Yeah.
there's a like he's like he's a trickster. He's a little goofy guy. So like, he's gonna have fun.
Yeah.
And then goof around with his victims.
Yeah.
And because he knows he's gonna kill them in the end.
Yeah.
So he's just like, why don't you fucking
and I
hug
think
Santa?
there's just
it's sort of a like the people around him clock him as well.
Yeah.
And like it's a really fun scene when they're like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Like,
look at this.
And the
little
bartender's
clown.
like,
I've had a funny
what's
when,
your ID?
Can
And
I
he
see
brings out
some
a
ID?
different ID.
We might go into spoilers now, I think.
Yeah,
I think like
spoilers.
on spoilers. I think the positive. I think another positive is like on the funny scenes. Like I found it really funny when he was like he sat on like the Christmas Santa chair and the security guy was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "Get out!" He's like, "Oh, taking me out." It's like, "Get out of here! Get out of here!" Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
And then kids died, but like that's fine. Not fine. I will say, he's definitely funny in this one, and he has. Like even the little moments where he's doing a blood angel thing, like he's doing the angel and the blood. Yeah. Even though I didn't love that scene.
We don't get to see him relish in his Leo. Do I look? Am I still okay?
You're fine. It's all coming out now. I agree. He's at his most arty, but on the same again in negatives because I still have negatives about art in this. But
do we have more positives?
There's plenty of positives.
I think the cold open is the best cold open.
I'm gonna say I felt fucking tense in that.
Yeah.
Especially because like I did go in, and I think you know this as well. I didn't go in knowing that a child was gonna die in the opening.
Yeah.
And I was just really tense of what they were gonna show and what they weren't gonna show.
Well, I guess I'll just say this as well. The second someone died in one of these movies, I'd walk out of the theater and I'd stop watching. So I've only watched 5 minutes of each.
When this whole time we realized that you've always.
If I see the color red, I leave.
So I actually haven't seen any of these.
That's fair.
No,
I'm kidding. No, it's a good cold open.
Just imagine just stand up walking out. And like, when you hear like the inspection number, we walk in like, and they're like, oh, this is right. No, but that opening, like, we all know it's art in that Santa outfit, but him like slowly going up the steps, and then going up the steps and then like turning to the room, and just hearing the like sound of the kid being being mutilated. It got me because like I've told you one of my biggest fears is seeing children be in those situations, so as should anyone please. I actually get like when I couldn't watch the Hunger Games, I skipped that shit, anyway, never mind. But the point is that shit was tense. Hunger in
these games,
that shit I only watched the musical, that's it. Great musical. But the point is that scene got me, and that it wasn't like the scariest thing I've ever seen. It wasn't the most tense opening ever. But it added a
different kind of horror
but
to the movie.
It felt like, he's trying to make this tense. Yeah. He's not going right in for the fucking gore. He's at least making an attempt to keep it kind of tense.
And he's making it look like a movie. Because there's a lot of stuff that you can't communicate in the first one because they just don't even want to try. Like
this tracking shots,
I don't think the cinematography is absolutely perfect.
No.
I do think that I do like the kind of Christmassy aesthetic. It does look a little bit not grindhouse, but it does look a little bit like an older kind of film, even though at moments.
Which is very clearly what he's wanted to do from the start.
Yeah. So I think
failed.
Because when he put his camera in the pickle brine.
Yeah, he was like, well, that's what they used to do. They used to store their film in pickle brine.
But the budget is showing with this one.
I think he was taught at film school by Jonathan Pickle, and he didn't realize.
Big Pickle wants you
to store your film in a pickle jar. Yeah.
Who stole the pickle from the pickle jar?
Who stole my film roll from the pickle
But I do
jar?
like the aesthetics, and I do like the Christmas aesthetic.
I like the Christmas aesthetic.
I think it's working well. It works. I think it worked maybe better than the Halloween aesthetic in Terrifier 2. Yeah. Even though there's parts of Terrifier 2 I like. But
like they change up Art's look.
Yeah, I like it.
I like him. He works well in a Santa costume.
He works,
and also the glasses are fun.
God, dare I say, I don't even want him not in a Santa costume anymore. I feel like he's a Christmas killer, and that's what I like.
I think that's great. Yeah, and I think
and I like his axe.
Yeah.
I like the axe. I like that as a weapon.
Yeah.
And I didn't say this about the other movies. I like him and his bag.
Yeah,
I like that. I like his bag, and this is his best bag content.
Yeah,
it kind of puts into question like how his powers work and like what he can do with his powers.
Yeah,
But
let's
it
guess.
doesn't
I mean,
matter.
we
I
can
like
get to
it.
that. We can get to that.
Yeah.
That's a definite negative.
I like the secondary cast in this one. Like the family for the most part were nice.
Yeah.
They were a nicer family than the other one.
I don't like them at the end. but-
I don't like what happened to them in the end. Like I think they're kind of wasted. But like the little girl's nice.
Yeah.
Even though some of the dialogue is a bit clunky.
Yeah.
I think the little girl adds a nice dimension to it, I guess.
Yeah.
And not all the secondary cast. I didn't like Jonathan's college friends that much, but they're meant to be dicks. Like so,
I like
although Jonathan's
the
friend,
boy.
the boy, he's alright. But like, I guess they're the best version of shitty characters. Like your typical shitty college people. I guess they're the nicest version of that. But I do like the family for the most part, and there are moments I'm like, oh, there's hope here for her. Obviously, I know it's gonna go to shit, but there's like. There's moments where I feel like, oh,
I think
she's in a better place.
This one made me care about her more because I like her in the first one. I think it sort of has the same issue that, she's not a very deep character, but and that's to say like the Terrifier movies are not attempting to explore her identity or anything like it, and nor should it try to, because that would not be a good slasher movie. But I care about her more in this one because I like her in the first one, but I care about her more because they sort of explore her grief, and how this really did ruin her life, and there's some really affecting moments of character when she's like sitting at the dinner table, and like her friend appears, and it's like, oh, that's awful. Like,
I kind of wish they did a bit more of like that. Maybe maybe kind of like Werewolf in London.
Do you think I can lead into sort of my first negative then?
I think we can seed out.
I think
if we still have positives, I feel like we can just go round table whatever we want.
Because
I'm ready to go more towards the negatives.
It doesn't have enough of the good stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's got some good stuff in there.
It's so close.
But ultimately it just first half of the film I really like Victoria. Is that her name?
Oh, yeah.
I really like her at the start,
killer.
and then I don't like her towards the end at all, because she's sort of giving this Amanda Young to John Kramer sort of vibe, where she's working alongside. And then there's this awful sequence at the start, like
in the
bathtub, and I fucking hate that scene. I thought, and he sits down on the chair.
Once again, the whole it's just gross for the sake of being gross, and it's just not. I do like the little callback to Black Christmas with the rocking chair. That's cool, and I think there's a lot of these. I think Terrifier.
And there's where he does this. And
I do like also another quick positive before I get straight to negatives. I like on the topic of aesthetics, I kind of like the thorn crown on Sienna at the end, but that's
also I like the horror cameos from horror.
They were cool.
Like,
Tom Savini,
and the guy who's in fucking everything.
I'm 1 degree of separation from Tom Savini.
You are.
Anyway, that's beside the point.
We'll talk about this later.
We'll talk about this later.
Different podcast episode.
But I do agree. Like once again, this is negative for all. It just goes too fucking gross and intense without a good reason. Like I hate. There's the scene where like, the two destructionist people go in to shut down the house, and they get killed off one by one, and like it's an intense thing where the guy's being like scalped or whatever, and then it cuts to her doing what she did to herself, and I'm like, there's nothing. I don't want to see that. Like, why are you showing that to us? It's just like this
because it's not even particularly effective. It's just gross.
Yeah, but just made me go like, okay. You're thinking, scalping's not. We've done worse than scalping. How can we make scalping even worse? All right, we'll have Vanessa start doing stuff to herself. That's just like,
it's just it comes to a point where it's like
it's just
you've got too many hats on.
Taste there,
like the writing term, like too many hats. Or like the hat on a hat. Yeah, like it's like, well, you've got the hat, got his little hat, and then you put another hat on. And then it's just
he quite literally does. He's got his little hat. Yeah. He's got the Santa hat.
It's a metaphor for the movie.
Like, I get it. It's like the point of these films so far, as we can tell. Oh yeah, put it on.
And also, like, we're not fucking prudes. Like, we fucking love Saw. Like, we love the Saw fucking movie.
But it's like,
this one is like, why is this happening?
There's no need to do it, and it's just like, I guess this is
you can just see Damon Leone at the editing going like, "Fuck yeah!"
And he edited this one as well, and that's
I want to
so
see
clear
how that's
because,
in the. I want to read the script and see how I fucking describe that shit. No, I don't actually describe.
I actually would be interested to see.
Like,
how
Do you think
how
he
would
types it
he,
with his
like-
do you think he types it with his index fingers?
he goes.
Like,
But it's just
you know,
it's just so fucking gross, and it just ruins what could have been a palatable film.
And
And I think it just
Damien
makes it,
Leone,
yeah.
get out of the fucking editor's booth, man. Like, get out
Too
of
long
it.
again.
You don't know how to do it. It's just, please stop. It is consistently the worst part of all of these movies.
Mhm.
The editing. It's terrible. You need a post-production, like,
Yeah.
at least,
At
like,
least
at
The color's
least,
really dark, and it's just too long, and it's just like
yeah,
oh.
you just need to cut some shit. because
Especially
it's
that
just
final
too much.
scene, it was just it's too dark in there. Like in that, you
Yeah.
know, when they're in the living room, Sienna's face just blended in with the background. It just seemed really like.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's on him, but he's the director of the film. He's like,
Yeah.
of course it is.
Well, he's the director,
Yeah.
and he's the writer, and he's
So-
the editor. And
so
like,
it's just
cool.
like-
I think it's cool when
Yeah,
creatives put on all those hats, but you got too many
there were
hats. on.
great scenes.
know
in
Mike
this film.
Flanagan?
There were great scenes in this film, but like
Mike Flanagan has an editor.
he always just goes too many steps too far, and it's just
Yeah.
like I don't know.
And I think this
yeah.
is sorry. Did
No,
want
you
to
go,
say
you
something?
go.
I think this showed us that there is a good Terrifier film in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because tonally, I liked this movie.
Yeah.
I really liked the setting of Christmas. I think it was really fun.
Mhm.
And I think I don't know how you guys feel about the ending. I
like the potential.
like the potential that it brings. I think
Yeah.
it's really fun. I think we're sort of revisiting what the Ninth Circle does, but maybe we're going to do it good this time. I think we could like seriously we could go Army of Darkness route completely.
When you said that at the end of the film when we were walking out, I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that could be.
If this
there
movie
could
had,
be something
like-
cool.
because it is sort of to Evil Dead fans, which you all should be Evil Dead fans because it's the best horror franchise. Anyway,
Yeah, true.
it's very similar to the Evil Dead 2 ending. And Army of Darkness fucking rules. So
Yeah.
I hope we get something like that because
Yeah. Will the budget allow?
I mean, if there's
Terrifier
any chance
Well, I
that he
hope
would
so,
ever be able to do
because-
this, it's because
and it's now
going on
because
now?
of how much their money that they made
It's
$30
going
million
great.
on like the
I
first.
mean,
few.
right now
Yeah.
he's an icon now. I think. I mean, Art has always kind of been a semi-icon, but now this is his moment. I think
definitely-
people see it. He's a good image. He's a franchise. Let's put
He's a
money
pop
towards
star.
it.
Yeah, and this proved that people will go and see that.
Yeah.
And did you see the thing about the wild robot as well?
Yeah,
That
kids buying. Yeah.
the wild robot saw a spike in sales as well at the same time as Terrifier because kids were buying tickets to the wild robot and then they'd sneak into Terrifier.
Oh god.
So you can't even properly measure how
Yeah.
well this movie actually technically did. Like,
Yeah.
And hey, more money for Wild Robot is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The wild. Go watch the wild.
It was
robot.
a Wild
That's a
Robot.
good
It's a
movie.
good movie.
But yeah, on that ending, it's like it has a great potential. I don't think I liked the whole sequence itself.
No.
I
Mm.
don't like it. I really didn't like. Obviously, what happened to the family.
It's fucking
That was just
pointless.
really,
Yeah.
and the whole rat thing. I mean, inventive kill, I guess, but
Very sinister too.
it just was like
Yeah.
it didn't feel like a natural kill either. It just
Mm.
felt like
No.
oh, inventive kill. Let's do this. Let's pull out a fucking pipe
Oh
out of my
yes,
thing.
actually, I've got something to add on to that.
Yeah.
People are saying that the bedroom scene of this movie
Yeah.
is the chainsaw scene
In the
in the shower. How do you feel about that? I
Yeah.
am
No.
wildly unaffected by that scene.
Yeah.
The
Like,
chainsaw scene.
Yeah.
Because how
The
be-
rat one was worse.
The bedroom scene
Like-
is so effective because he's using his hands.
Yeah.
And he's getting and like tearing her apart.
Because one of the marketing techniques was like I saw it ad on Instagram that was like you thought you'd seen it all in the bedroom scene. Wait till you see the shower scene. And I will say it's fun to see these other scenes like it's fun.
It's
like,
fun. It's a
but
fun
it's not,
scene, but it's not.
even like remotely
Yeah.
like affecting to me because I'm
No.
like, it's Art the Clown. You know,
No,
I've
but-
seen worse.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
part the gown.
It's Father Ground.
It's really it's really intense. Yeah, the scene in the bathroom,
it's
no
part the
bathroom,
sound.
what's in the bedroom. More,
yeah,
way more than the bathroom.
I think I'm just having more fun with the shower scene.
Yeah, I mean this
Um,
one's more fun than maybe two. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I had an
but-
experience of somewhat of like not
But-
hating watching it.
There was actually a moment of joy in this
Yeah.
one.
No,
when he
yeah.
At least
pointed
if
Santa
I
and he
wasn't
went,
at least if I wasn't hating the story, I could look at the camera and be like it looks like a movie.
well, it looks like a movie at least.
yeah,
Yeah,
But on the same time, I just think with this film, the depravity it goes compared to maybe the other one, maybe like 2, it's sometimes just a bit too much for me to stomach, I think, at times. Even though I think there's some greatness here, obviously.
But a negative.
I still think we can be more funny as well. But
a negative of mine is this movie again does the exact same thing as Terrifier 2. Have lore be set up by the 2 characters. They have conflict in the middle of movie and they separate, and then Art the Clown comes back. It's like, again, having them so fucking separate and then just doing the exact same thing as Terrifier 2, where she's separate, doing her own thing, dealing with her own mess, dealing with all that stuff. The thing is different, like the mess is different, but it's kind of like watching All Hallows Eve. The same story, different monster, or like different consequences and different things. It's just the same movie where she's dealing with the same stuff, just different characters. Just the story is the same. Yeah. Like characters are different, situations different, but her arc is pretty much the same. But at this one, she fails. Like that's the big difference. The first one and the second one she succeeds. This one she fails. Yeah. And it just kind of goes like, okay, and then it happens again at the end. Law has been given that she's been chosen by the angel, and Art the Clown needs to kill her before she kills them. Great. Art, what were you doing half the movie? Anything else. And if his excuse is like, oh, he's Art the Clown, he wants to kill people. But like, what is Vanessa? What is she doing?
Was it Vanessa or was it Victoria?
Victoria. Yeah.
I thought it was Victoria.
What is she doing throughout the whole movie?
Victoria hates
the whole middle of the movie.
Yeah.
She's doing fucking nothing. And then she pops out at the end and goes like, I'm the important one. And also, don't get me started. I'm going to start. So,
we're starting.
So Gart the Mound, he dies in Terrifier 1 and then gets possessed by a demon. That's confirmed in this movie. Because the lights flicker. So Art the Mound, he wakes up and then he isn't a new demon. He's just Art, but
with demon powers.
Yeah. Okay, great, cool, set. So that's why he can do this shit in Terrifier 2. Fantastic. Yeah. That's why he can survive. Epic ball torture. And then when he gets... So, and then this one, Vanessa Hudgens... when she dies, because a demon can only go through you if you're the most evil in the world, which fucking doesn't make sense.
The most insane stretch of lore of all time.
And I'm like, no other...
Everyone knows that
no other serial killer has killed themselves ever.
I think this film made the lore even more convoluted.
Yeah.
And I think...
Sorry, I'll finish this thought. And then, so she goes and dies. And then she sleeps for 5 years for absolutely no reason. So we can have plot where Cece, when Cece can have an arc of 5-year arc of where she can and get the timeline back to where we are. That's literally the only reason why Art sleeps for 5 years. So then Art wakes up for some reason and then goes about killing. But then the demon that's in Vicky, that's just a demon. It's not her evil. It's just a separate fucking demon, because the demon that's in Vicky wants to be in other woman. Sienna.
Yeah.
Why didn't that demon just go into Art the Clown?
Yeah.
Like Vicky, there's literally no reason for her to be here, because she literally dies at the end of this one, and this movie just factory resets to just the beginning of Terrifier 2.
Yeah.
Except for Minus brother.
Yeah,
who's killed off screen.
Worst decision this franchise has made.
It's definitely sad.
Not even have Art the Mound go up to his dorm and go knock 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 and cut away. They just have him off screen.
I guess
what a fucking kick to the nut
shit,
ball.
but I guess they were trying to do something there. Like they had a reason, which was
that twist of
it's not your daughter, it's
Do you know what
Jonathan.
you do? Do you know what you fucking do?
And
do you know what you fucking do? You have Art the Mound go up to Jeremy. Was that Jeremy? Jonathan. And then cut away. Then you have Vanessa go up to the little nephew or whatever, the other sister, and then cut away. So you don't know which one it is. Yeah. And then when she goes, here's the head of Gabby or whatever, then so that's Gabby. So you in your brain it's like, Jonathan is in trouble. Art the Clown has him probably hidden away, and then we have them separately bring them together, and then it's revealed as Gabby's still alive and that's actually his skull, that makes so much more sense.
To me, I disagree. I think that only because like that would make it more obvious that it's a twist. Because I wasn't even thinking about Jonathan when they revealed that's Jonathan, which of course is a sad thing. But if you go like knock and then knock after, you now know, oh, it's one or the other. So when they go in and go, this is Gabby,
that's true.
then you'll think, oh, that's probably not Gabby.
But the thing
so
is,
if you didn't,
I would rather.
I get you. You rather have more Jonathan and more stuff on Jonathan. But I think what they were going for, the fact that, oh, it's Jonathan was, to me, I wasn't even thinking about that at all. And I think that's what they were trying to be more effective with.
I think there's a difference between a twist that you can see, but it's effective, and then a twist that comes out of nowhere and just leaves you like, oh, what? So that character is no longer, but I want, oh, and then you're distracted with the whole movie. I'm like, oh, well, now I'm sad.
Sure. I mean,
like, there's a difference between like,
I felt different, but
like,
I get what you're saying.
Like, if that happened, like they both got kidnapped or they both got cut off, it would also give fucking Vicky more to fucking do. And then, you know, that cuts and we don't know which one it is. And they say it's Gabby and they show it to the mum. In the moment, you're like thinking about that. And then if Art goes like, and then like, we have Jonathan in the other room, like blah, blah, blah. And then you hear screams, but it's actually Gabby, but we think it's Jonathan. And then it's like, oh, fuck. Then having a twist. And then some people in the audience can go like, oh no, I bet it's Jonathan. I bet it's Jonathan.
I get you.
I bet it's Jonathan. And then when the reveal happens, some people are like, oh, I knew it. And some people are like, oh, what? And then that's the big, oh, but it's having, oh, by the way, it's Jonathan. The mother's dead. And then have Gabby come out. I'm like, I'd rather a fucking effective, relative twist than a fucking nothing twist.
I get you. I think just I think the disappointing thing is that, oh, that's how Jonathan died. I don't think the fact that it's a twist.
No. I think maybe for you two, but for me, I'm thinking more of like how to craft a fucking good script.
Okay. Well, I think I wouldn't. For me, I wouldn't prefer that. But if that's what you would prefer, I understand.
I think it would just be much fucking more compelling. Give fucking Vicky fucking more to do than leave fucking whole movie and then come at the end. I'm like, I'm the main character now, and like, and she does absolutely fucking nothing, and have Art do all the fucking kills. I agree. And she just comes out and like, I'm the fucking girl boss, and I'm a woman, and I'm doing stuff in this movie. See, Damien Lone isn't sexist.
No, I get you.
Flip table.
No, I get you. Flip it back. No, but I get you. So no, I get you though. Hey, I love how films can make us feel this way. But sorry, no. But I agree with you on the point that gives Vicky something to do, and I think that's a strong point. That Vicky, it would have cool to have something for Vicky to do. Sorry, I don't mean to shut you down. If that's how you sorry, I don't mean to shut you down. I realize
I don't like this movie as much as I thought I did.
No, I get you, and I agree. I think for me, I expected to come out of this film saying I love it more, but
I really wanted to really enjoy it.
I wanted to like.
But yeah, family wasted, law is convoluted. None of the girls smart. Make Terrifier more funny. You did really good, but go more with it.
Yeah.
He gets a few good scenes. But
should we talk about the parents?
I just think they're wasted. I don't much.
Because they're really nice, and then suddenly she has one freak out, and they're like, well, she fucking. I know that's like them using the twist at the end, but him just going like, her going, just you're right. We can't have her around Gabby because Gabby's freaking out. I'm like, what? What? The least empathetic people ever.
I get you. I think I'm ready to wrap this up. Because also my camera's about to die. Yeah. So I'm happy to wrap this up. Do you have any final things you want to say, Maya, before we just give our final rating and then our ranking? But go for it, Maya.
You guys should watch a Nightmare on Elm Street, and you should watch all of them. And you should watch
have you heard of
Wes Craven's New Nightmare?
Yeah.
But you shouldn't watch the remake. Of A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I say of Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
But you should watch Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Yeah.
And you should watch.
That's a great one.
That one's one of my favorites.
You should watch A Nightmare on Elm Street 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And there you go. Yeah. That's my piece. Because I was gonna say when I started this podcast, I was gonna say, hey, my favorite horror movie is A Nightmare on Elm Street, but I didn't get a chance to. But that's me saying I love A Nightmare on Elm Street. It's not even my favorite horror franchise, but it's my favorite horror movie.
On the topic of Nightmare on Elm Street, I think with that, I hope that this franchise becomes more like Nightmare on Elm Street, where I know people want this to stay like a gory franchise, but I kind of half want this to be more mainstream. So like they tone down the intense shit, focus on making him more of a fun pop culture icon.
Welcome to prime time.
That's bitch. If he becomes like Nightmare 4 Freddy.
Oh fuck yeah.
Like,
I think
that
some people
shit-
would hate it.
Though I don't like
Yeah.
Nightmare 4, but I think a clown character like this would benefit.
I think
I think I would like this to be more
I
mainstream.
agree with you, but I think
So it
people
does
who
that.
love art, but for how he is and Damien Leone, I think they would hate.
They
that.
just don't have a good taste. Oh, I don't mean that. No,
They hate it. They love him being gory. They love him being art.
I
at
respect
17.
that and cool. But for me, my personal taste, if it became something like Nightmare
We just make
for
our own.
Freddy,
Well, I think
Wouldn't mind.
I think you should watch A Nightmare on Elm Street 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and A New Nightmare.
And the
Yeah.
remake.
Well, okay, let's wrap this up. We've already hit an hour and 30, and we haven't even done the
And
ranking
we're not
yet.
even close to the runtime of Terrifier 2.
Ah,
Okay, I'm gonna do my rating. I'm gonna give this one a book appointment for disappointment, and I think I'm not gonna give it a quarter because I think it resounds the book appointment for disappointment for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna a book appointment for disappointment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna book that appointment.
Yeah, we're gonna book
For
it.
disappointment.
All right. That's it. That's our ratings.
That's our
now
ratings.
for our ranking. Now, this is personal view. We were somewhat. I don't think we were very objective. We were kind of personal with the other ones. But now it's what our personal ranking is. So how I'm thinking we're going to do this is we're going to go around the table.
And we go last place.
And we go last to third to second to first. I think we will mostly be quite similar.
We'll see.
I think we all had the
But-
same last place.
But I think we might not all have the same first place or second place or whatever. We'll
I
see.
actually feel like we probably all have the same ranking.
Okay.
I'm stuck on my
All right.
top two.
Let's hit
they're
it.
interchangeable. for me.
Let's hit it. In
Top two.
last place for me, this is going to blow you out the water. I think it's All Hallows Eve.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry,
Holy
I'm
shit.
sorry.
That's my favorite
I
movie.
wanted
That's
to
my-
love this one. No, I didn't really. I wanted to watch this
Yes,
one.
All Hallows Eve is the worst.
All
one.
Hallows Eve. Are we all in agreement? That's
Yeah,
the
That's
worst.
that's
Fucking
Yeah.
number
sucks,
4.
dude.
Bro,
Number 4 out of
learn
4.
how to make a
Learn how
film.
to make a movie. It's not
All
even a
right,
movie.
my third place, maybe controversial, is the first Terrifier.
Get out
I'm
of
sorry,
here.
I'm
That's my
sorry.
favorite
That's
movie.
my favorite one.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Terrifier.
No, yeah,
Terrifier,
Terrifier.
it's a step up. Yep.
Yeah.
My favorite parts of this film is shots,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Literally-
literal shots.
little shots and shots.
Yeah.
And
All
doing
right.
shots while
I
I them.
This is
don't
I know where it's
know.
going to be different from other ones.
I don't know.
I know.
I have
I know.
conflicted feelings.
All right, should I go in my second?
Yeah.
My second favorite is Terrifier 3. That's my second favorite.
My second favorite is Terrifier 2.
I think I'm leaning towards Terrifier 2 being there because it's so much longer and there's so many more characters that I hate, and there are just parts like it's got better. I like the kills and better in that movie, but there's just a lot of things that frustrate me. It's just Terrifier 3 looks like a movie.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree. I think Terrifier 3, like 100%, I know is an objectively better film.
Better made.
Made film. And I think like art is at its best here. The aesthetics at its best. The directing's at its best. But the lows of this film, like when it gets really depraved, really sick. I don't really like the ending of this one, like the ending sequence of this one compared to the second one.
Yeah.
I think this one is just so blotchy to me. Like it's so kind of like it's going on such a good high, but when it gets really bad, it gets really bad to me. And there's some stuff of this I just can't watch. Like I really don't like the whole anything with Vicky. I don't like, and the whole ending sequence, while I think is kind of so fucking cool with the idea of what it can go to.
Yeah.
Like the final shots.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing with the family and like the rat thing. It's just it leaves me on this really like, oh, there's not a sense. There's a tiny bit of hope with we can get the kid.
The dad gets killed off screen.
And I think it's just
More women to kill him, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it has the most egregious. We're at the third act now. And we're like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't even know we're in the second act.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think the reason why my number one is Terrifier 2 is that I feel like the lore is like, it's not. Terrifier 3 has more of a thin with the lore.
Yeah.
They're trying to do stuff with the lore, but it's so convoluted that I don't really. That's my least favorite part of this film is when they're trying to push the lore. Even though I admire them trying to do something, that's good. You should try. But Terrifier 2, it's got such simple lore, And I think I just prefer not Vanessa, Sienna in this. I prefer that final sequence more.
And Sienna
I prefer.
does more
I like Jonathan as a main character here. I like.
Finally, man.
I like. Sorry. I like. Obviously, it's Halloween. Obviously art is not as good, but like the whole fun house, the whole kind of idea, and I think I like some of the sequences more, and the soundtrack is fucking sick.
And I think Sienna
It's
just like
good.
doesn't do anything in Terrifier 3 except for like we have like a character study of her, but then she kind of gets thrust into the third act. But the only reason why I put Terrifier 3 as number 1 is because
Wait, what's everyone's number ones?
Mine is Terrifier 2.
Mine is Terrifier 3.
Hey.
3.
I want to like Terrifier 3
I think
more,
it's just
but
because I
just
like art
doesn't.
more. There's more scenes of goofy funness, and I can watch parts of this movie without the rest of it. I can be like, I want to watch that scene again. I want to watch that clown.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to think of like a
Yeah,
whole.
well,
For
it's
me,
got
it's like, what's the
more-
whole package? Though?
More moments that I like.
Oh,
Like
100%.
Like yeah.
Yeah. Terrifier 2 is just like this, of like, not more like that. But Terrifier 3 is like, ooh?
Look, unfortunately, at the end of the day, I don't really give a fuck about any of these movies.
Yeah, I know.
Like, and it's really sad to say because I want to like them and we deserve a better slasher, a better modern slasher. And
The God is full. I'm gonna hop over here.
Yeah,
hop over.
hop on over here.
Hop over. I'll make the screen bigger.
I think
over
we're
here.
wrapping it up.
We're wrapping it up.
I'm just gonna say
those things?
no. Oh, I don't think we have time.
Yeah. Well, look at us.
Yeah. No. Oh, I forgot audio. This is a podcast.
You did the most
Could
convoluted
not
way
have made
possible.
that more complicated. We deserve a better
Yeah.
modern slasher.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
better modern slashers.
Yeah.
Go watch In a Violent Nature.
Yeah.
Oh,
Watch In a Violent Nature.
Did you
sorry.
just moan?
Yeah, I love Inner Nature is so fucking good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
that proves that we're not
and
prudes.
always, well, not always, just we vote with our watches. So watch stuff that you like and you want to see more of.
Yeah.
And
Did you vote with our watches?
we vote with our watches. We vote on our Apple watches. No, like we vote with our views. We watch
Yeah.
things in that says that
We
we
vote
want
with our wallets and stuff as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and we vote with our Apple watches.
with our,
we can vote online now.
Yeah.
We
That'd
vote
be
with
lit.
our constitution.
What are we? What was everyone voting for? 3, 2, 1.
Bernie Sanders.
I'm just gonna stand like this.
Are you on screen?
I'm not on screen, but I'm gonna just stand like this.
It's just like comparison. I'm really small.
Yeah. Why is actually standing right now?
I'm actually 6 centimeters tall.
Yeah.
yeah. I think.
We'll do a separate episode where we talk about
But
this
look
stuff.
at this. We watched a series.
Yeah.
And
how do we feel about having Maya back more?
How do we feel about that, guys?
if we get one single comment that's positive about this situation,
I'm gonna comment on this.
we
video
will put
about
it.
this situation. Yeah, I don't know how I got here. Did you know that Leo and Louis actually filmed 6,000 meters under the ground?
Yeah.
And I don't know how I got here.
This is a bunker.
This is the bunker.
yeah, the horrible.
Yeah.
I don't want any aliens to try to put their tentacle in my mouth.
Okay,
So true,
unrelated,
dude. So true.
Wait,
All Hallows Eve.
All Hallows Eve reference.
Reference.
Shout out to that. Movie.
Shout out to the one he gave little
Um,
shits about.
But I think, yeah, it's good that we watched those movies.
Yeah.
We sat through them. And you know what? Will we be there for Terrifier 4, everyone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
I'm gonna watch the
Potential.
trailer and then decide.
No,
I'll watch
I'll
it.
watch it.
I'll watch it.
I just, yeah.
Will we be
I
there
don't
for
stomach
In a
goals
Violent
as much
Nature
as everyone
2?
else.
Oh,
Maybe.
Maybe.
Because I don't really know why we're making a second one.
are they making a second one?
They are making a second one.
Oh, we'll see. Is it going to be the same concept?
Well, I like the slasher from that one. Anyway, that's.
I know, but we
Wow.
did it.
Well,
guys.
Look, I
it,
think that's it. It's
guys.
been a long review, and I hope you enjoyed this
I
review.
hope
Can you
enjoy.
like,
I hope you like me.
subscribe?
Yeah,
I hope
like her,
everyone likes
please.
me.
We want to have, because I like this discussion of having like different ideas and concepts. Because
Yeah.
like
Hear a different
usually
voice.
Leo and I like agree a lot on things, so it'd be cool if like we watch a movie that we all like 3 disagree on.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Like
Yeah.
don't-
Nightmare on Elm Street 3 or Nightmare on Elm Street 2
Do you,
because they're both. I love those movies.
I
oh,
love
we
those.
both we like
We all
those
love
movies.
Halloween.
You love 2?
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah,
You
I
love
have the
3?
shirt.
2 and 3 is great. There's no.
Yeah.
Well, what about
Freddy's
I guess
Dead?
me with Freddy's Dead. I'm just like, but I know it's
Who
shit.
doesn't like Freddy's Dead?
Freddy's Dead.
He's dead. It's nuts.
Freddy's Dead.
Done.
Wow. Yeah,
Um,
let's bring, and also we got much more to talk about, and it's just much more variety with guests, and we can have other guests.
Yeah.
And we can have
But
4
You have to
people.
have me now.
Yeah.
So like,
The banner just has Maya now as well.
Yeah.
Just tack me on the end.
Yeah. Anyway, look, I think we're coming to the end. Normally we do like a quiz.
I think we
So-
I
just...
think we're fine.
I'm gonna ask a random question.
Okay. How tall is Leo? Is he 8 feet tall? 7
All right.
foot
Here's a
2?
here's a Terrifier
9
question.
foot 3.
How does he
Which
keep his makeup?
movie? Sorry.
Because he applies makeup on the first one, and then it just never goes off.
It's
I don't
demon
know.
makeup.
It's what?
It's demon makeup.
Okay,
But-
I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right. In which of these movies does he not whip someone with a
Huh.
chain? Which of these Terrifier movies does he not? Out of these 4, is it A, All Hallows Eve? Is it B, Terrifier 1? Is it C, Terrifier 2? Is it... I want to say 3. Is it D, Terrifier 3? Maybe he does actually do it all. I don't remember. But
You're not going
Does
to
he-
watch him to check.
I'm not going to watch him a check.
I'm gonna
You let me
say-
know
I'm
which
gonna
one you
say-
think.
I'm gonna say 3.
3.
Okay. We'll find out in the next one.
What?
Well, next one we'll answer in the next video. Oh, did we ask oh my god, this is so not professional.
I don't have my phone.
Did we
man.
have a quiz in last episode?
No, I don't think we did.
We would have. Wouldn't we?
I don't think we did.
Stream Chromacopia.
Do you think that's how like an effects artist says they come? I squibbed. I don't think we asked a quiz.
All right, lol. keep this all in the
Yeah.
keep this all in the final product. All right, we're gonna say bye now.
We're gonna say bye now.
I'm gonna hop in here so all of us are here together. Merry Christmas.
Merry Halloween.
Merry Halloween.
Go watch some horror movies.
Go watch some horror movies.
Take some candy from some bowls that are left outside, even if you're not a kid.
Or some lollies.
Do
Go
it.
watch Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
We're gonna all be doing that. We're gonna be watching
if
Army
you
of
want a
Darkness.
meet and greet with the
It's
horror
seated.
Herald.
So we have to
Horror
probably
Herald-
book those tickets. Have you booked?
I've booked.
Where did you tell us where you're seating and we can sit near you?
Where we're seating.
Where you're sitting.
Shut up, bro.
gang.
Shut up.
We love you. If you're watching this,
We
you're a real
love you.
one.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fun.
So
Thank you,
fun.
Maya.
Yeah.
Seriously. Can we get a little? Can you go in your own home and just clap for Maya?
Oh, thanks.
Maya's literally one of the best people ever.
Best
so.
person.
Oh, guys.
Also, a
And-
great director.
Oh,
Yeah.
guys. Oh.
I was
Look
I
up
was
for
only a
Don.
runner on her set, and she made me feel so important.
Oh, you did
And Maya said, "Did you
You're
feel
so-
important?" Louis?
I felt so important on Leo's set.
No,
as well.
but seriously, when Don Duncan comes out, I don't know why I did that. when
he
Don
comes
Duncan
out-
comes out, watch Don Duncan
And
at
watch
your participating
Damo's
film festival.
intervention.
All right.
Louis editing this is like, guys, shut the fuck up.
And watch Louis in you're gonna do great then.
I'm
And
in both of
Louis-
your films.
And Louis, insert an image of you stressing the fuck out editing this right now.
Yeah.
Just doing- I have 2 days to edit this, and I have another assessment I have to do.
All right, look, we're gonna wrap it up because life is going. But happy Halloween, everyone! Happy
Happy
Halloween!
Halloween!
Get spooky. All right.